The whole office has gone kablooey.
Why?
Well, I got Ganji going out there. He's running around all upset because I'm not talking to him anymore. He's dead to me.
Well, he doesn't have any right to be upset with you.
No, but he's like freaking out. He doesn't know whether to talk to me here on the show or off the air. You got anything to say to me, you better say it to me on the air because I won't listen to you off the air. There's no repairing this, dude. You want to talk to me on the air because you're dead to me.
I tried to warn you.
Who else would give you a job? Yeah, he's sick of me. He's sick of me. You don't know what I'm going through with this? You don't care any loyalty? Shut up, Klingon.
What is that Klingon woman?
Hey, jeez. Really butting in.
What would you possibly have to say to me?
I wanted to apologize. I didn't.
Not necessary. Apology accepted. Goodbye. What else you want? You don't realize what?
How could you not realize?
I have no idea how much money I'm spending suing Scott Einziger and Jim Paratore and Bruce Rosenbluth. You don't know they stole something you worked on and I worked on. You don't know that. Maybe you disagree with me. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we're not all in this together.
You dumb bitch.
I must be nuts.
I didn't say anything to you before you actually made this mistake?
Should have said something to me. Be a man. Step up to the plate.
No, but I told you. He had fair warning that this was not a good idea.
You're like Les Moonves. You buy shows from the devil.
Not like Les
Rob, what was the discussion that you guys had
He said he was going out to L.A. I said, are you going to see Scott while you're there? Because I know he thinks Scott of Scott as a friend.
Yeah, well, Scott's a good friend.
And he goes, I don't know. I'm so torn. I was like, how can you be torn? What's to be torn about?
And you're only apologizing to me because I know about it. And that's it. Well, what do you think? I wouldn't find out? I like everyone sneaking around behind my back. Why don't you just tell me if you're so proud of it?
I'm upset that you're upset.
No, you're upset with people. You accuse John of telling me. I didn't find out from John at all. Let me get John off the hook right now and then and there. I have nothing to do with John. Nothing to do with John's wife. I've heard all the rumors. Has nothing to do with that. Of course I'm going to find out. This stuff all comes back to me.
What I'm upset about is that I made you upset, and I didn't mean to do that.
Doesn't matter.
Did you have a good time?
How was it, man? Did you have a good barbecue?
It wasn't a big thing. I stopped by and said hi for 2 minutes. That's it.
Why?
Because I'm a nice guy. And you're
a real nice guy.
Oh, and for 2 minutes you went?
You're not nice to me.
I'm always nice to you.
No, you're not.
I am, too, and I'm very loyal to you.
Did you get a warm greeting, a hug?
I just, What
do you think of what he did? Am I crazy? Am I wrong to be suing over this?
I agree. I agree that the similarities are extreme.
Yeah. And I'm going to court over it.
And that's your right. Absolutely.
Right. You don't have to fight my battles. It's okay. Okay. Bye. See ya.
I don't want to leave it like this. I think I
got nothing else to say. Where'd you sleep that night?
At my place.
Where?
In Santa Monica.
Mm-hmm. You didn't sleep at Einziger's?
No, are you crazy? I wouldn't sleep anywhere else.
You're not lying to me, are you?
I swear on my mother.
And you were only there for 2 minutes?
Yeah, a couple minutes, yeah. Okay. Just to say hi.
How stupid.
Why would you... See your information?
I don't even care. Listen, I can't tell you who to be friends with. I tell you, I don't even care.
Hurt you. I've been here a long time.
You're not hurting me at all. Dude, nothing you could do could hurt me. Trust me.
You know...
I'm just shocked that you have to hide it from me. If you're proud of it, come and tell me. Say, hey, guess who I saw? I saw Scott. I went to a barbecue at his house. You should tell me. Why skulk around? Why be mad at John? What if John told me? Why should you be embarrassed by anything you do? Always be proud of what you do, Ganji.
Okay.
Yeah, why would you be doing something you needed to hide?
Don't be mad at people for telling me. Let's say John did tell me, which he didn't. I swear to God he didn't tell me.
Only because, it's always that game of telephone telegraph. Things get worse. From what I understood, like your first rap on the air, it's like I was at some big, huge party.
No, not a huge party.
No,
I never said a huge party. What's the difference? Where you at?
It
was more intimate. It was more intimate. We had some good one-on-one time. Always hedging your bet, Ganji, aren't you?
No, but you made it sound like I was at some...
Well, maybe you'll be lucky. Maybe he'll give you a job. Maybe he'll give you a job. You can get out of here. So check into it. I'm telling you, he's going places. Guy steals material better than anyone I've ever seen. Some complete replica.
And he seems to feel bad about the people who leave here, so.
Yeah. And trust me, Jim Paratore and Bruce Rosenbluth, I'm finding out everything about you guys. Your pictures are going up on my website today, so my audience can know what you look like. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of you guys ripping me off. Tele-pictures, my ass. Jim Paratore, Bruce Rosenbluth, you two dudes are... I'm focused on you. all creeps.
You didn't know he was upset with Scott.
No, but listen, he doesn't have to fight my battles.
It's not about that.
No.
It's just, please.
I just think he should be proud.
Too.
It's not, but he doesn't see it that way.
But my point is...
He thinks he got the E job because of Scott. No loyalty, dude.
Dude, I have a lot of loyalty to you.
You worked in my house. Dude. With next to my kids.
Yes, of course.
You worked in my house. And then I said to you, you know what, I'm going to give you this job at E because you're a good guy. Mm. Scott doesn't give a rat's ass about you. Keep thinking he does.
I have a lot of loyalty.
I've learned where Scott's at. Scott's a skunk. Scott hasn't picked up the phone and called me and said what he's done is wrong because he's a puss. He told Beth, oh, Howard's not going to like what I'm doing. Watch The Godfather and watch Fredo. You remind me of him. Goodbye.
I don't want to be Fredo.
It's okay.
I'm no Fredo.
Don't worry, you won't get in the boat.
I don't want to end up...
Just don't get in the boat.
I don't want to end up like Mo Green.
All right, Fredo.
Come on. I'm extremely sorry.
Right.
I screwed up.
Apology accepted. Doesn't matter to me. I don't control your life.
Now you're going to be pissed at me.
I'm not pissed at you at all.
Yes, you are.
I'm not.
And it's not.
I'm not pissed.
Oh, stop lying. You're pissed.
No.
It hurts.
I'm not pissed.
Just say the truth.
No.
You're not speaking to him because you like him and
I'm speaking to him. I'm speaking to him right now.
But you said you're not going to talk to him off the air.
I never talk to him off the air anyway.
I know.
Nothing's changing. It's better. Now I know. Now the truth is out. You don't have to worry.
Now he's going to avert his eyes when he sees me in the hallway.
Oh, absolutely.
And that's...
Why would I acknowledge you? Who are you to me? Why should I acknowledge you?
Can't somebody make a mistake once in their life? Have I made a lot of mistakes?
You haven't made any mistakes.
But, you know, I really don't understand how you didn't heed the warning. I told you this would be trouble.
Why was it a mistake? There's no mistakes. You do what you have to do.
This is what you wanted to do.
You're a man.
Yes, but I'm a man coming to you and apologizing.
Listen, let's face it. I'm pissed at Scott. You're not. I'm mad at him for stealing something that we all worked on.
Obviously, Scott's still your buddy.
Yeah, Scott's your pal. You admire him. He's a friend of yours. You break bread with him.
I admire you, too.
All right, so you admire him.
You admire everybody.
Yeah. I don't admire him. I think he's a thief.
And I understand that.
Yeah.
I do.
And so you went to a thief's party. That's what you do.
It wasn't a party.
You see somebody stealing, and you just go to their house.
And you don't recognize that I sold that very show to Showtime, and you would have been working on it, or some of the people here would have been working, possibly you, that would have put money on your table. I wish Scott had stolen, like, you finally get a girlfriend, and Scott would steal her, and I'll go to his house and laugh with him.
Yeah, you'll double date with him and Ganji's girlfriend.
Mike, hi.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, brother.
Hey, a friend of mine was at that party at Einziger's.
Yeah.
And he told me that it looked like Ganji and Einziger were the two best buddies in the whole world. That Ganji was gobbling down hamburgers, hot dogs, drinks.
This is that lie.
Was there for a long time.
Well, of course.
And that Einziger had some sort of green hair, like he dyed his hair or something. I guess he's trying to hide out from you.
Yeah. Let him keep hiding. Steve, go ahead.
Yeah, hey, Howard, good morning.
Yeah.
I was just thinking you ought to give that guy about a week off without pay.
Well, hey, listen, I don't operate that way.
I mean, that's just a little...
He's not coming to scores with me, I'll tell you that.
There you go.
Yeah, there'll be certain perks that he won't be privy to.
Did you ask Einziger why he did that to me? Why he had to be a part of it? Had to be a part of screwing me over.
I didn't want to talk about anything like that.
You didn't? You felt uncomfortable?
He's around behind your back. He's a dirty rat.
Thank you.
You just what? I want to hear why you didn't bring it up.
I didn't want to bring it up because
You have no loyalty.
Let him answer this question.
What?
Why didn't you bring it up? Why can't you say something to your buddy Einziger about what's going on in his life?
Because I'm trying to be a nice guy. That's why.
No.
Yeah, that's how you are with girls. That's why you don't get anywhere with them.
Well, maybe it is, and that's why.
That's because you have no loyalty.
No, that has nothing to do with me not getting girls, no loyalty.
That too, fatty.
That has nothing to do with that. You making that crap up.
Okay. Can't make up your mind. Don't take a stand. Okay.
Give him a couple days off with no pay, and then he can be a real nice guy and just think about it.
I have a new name for you, France. That's all. Your name is France now. It's not Ganji anymore. You're France.
Hey, Howard, I saw The Matrix this weekend, too. That was really good.
You liked it, huh? I just couldn't get into it.
Really?
No, I didn't like it. I love The Matrix 1, but...
The special effects were great.
You dating any of my interns?
No.
Are you dating any of my interns, Ganji?
An ex-one.
Yeah. So life's good for you.
Dating somebody?
I make sure you have money in your pocket.
You got him his girlfriend. Remember that?
You got a nice pickings of interns here. Good. Have a good life.
His other girlfriend came from you. He didn't know how to approach her. Remember, you actually made the overtures to that girl for him.
Maybe enough people. Oh, is that the one? Maybe if enough people.
Talking about Jen.
If enough people steal from me, maybe someday there'll be nothing left.
But I'm just saying, you've done a lot for Ganji. You've always interceded on his behalf. He can't make up his mind where he stands.
No, he can't figure it out.
He's a nice guy.
Yeah, you're not a nice guy.
I am too.
You're not a man. That's your problem. You never were.
No, I'm still true.
I'll tell you how I got to where I am.
How?
I took sides. I decided where my bread was buttered.
In life, there are choices. Can't love everybody all the time, especially when they're saying, you better not love me most of the time.
But maybe Scott will give me a job one day.
That's why, Robin,
I can get out of here.
Howard, when you got fired, that's why you hated him. You
never dissed me.
That was between me and him. I never sold him out to another human being.
Wouldn't even take a job. She wouldn't even. They offered her $250,000 to work with the greaseman. She turned it down, dude. And that's when we were in Washington. We were broke.
She made up pictures of your face.
Doesn't matter. She did that in her own mind.
They were made up. I was just running.
She never went to the enemy's house.
That was in my head. I didn't share it with anybody else.
I wouldn't even blame her for working with the greaseman. We weren't working together, and she still wouldn't do it. There's a difference there. There's a difference. You would have worked with the greaseman. No,
I wouldn't.
Yes, you would. Absolutely. Hey, Charlie, you're on the air.
Hey, Howard, you're a big fag. You busted Ganji's balls, but when we're talking about loyalty, when Robin got fired, I didn't see you walking out the door.
Let me tell you, when Robin got fired, I fought every day to get her back, and I got her back.
Yeah, you don't really understand the story. It didn't happen exactly as it did in the movie.
Yeah, it wasn't even like that. The movie, we had to shorten it up and create a little new version to make the movie good.
There was no place to walk out of, actually.
Yeah. Trust me, Robin, that's not how it went down.
Yeah, man, but look at you, you're just whining and complaining like a big pussy.
All right, but you know what? I swear to you, I don't even want to whine. I was even going to bring it up on the air, but Ganji said he wanted to talk to me on the air. He wasn't sure where to do it. I said, hey, if you want to talk to me on the air. I have nothing to hide. I'll be honest.
I have nothing to hide, too.
Okay, so
why are you worried about who told?
What do you care who told me that?
Because I don't like people talking behind my back.
Not talking behind your back.
They would only know if you told them. They would only have that information if you told them.
No, that's incorrect. Because I didn't tell anybody.
Al Rosenberg, you're on the air.
Hey, Hal.
Hey.
Since we're confessing, I feel bad. I wanted to get to you as soon as I could before you heard from somebody else. I was down in Washington, and I had dinner with the FCC.
See, Al had dinner with the FCC.
Hey, let me ask you something else. About getting ripped off. You know, I would like to know how I can become one of the Howard Stern comedians.
Oh, of those packs of comedians that are roaming around the world?
Are you doing stand-up?
There's a comedy club up here that's advertising big time. June the 7th or something, the Howard Stern Comedians. I didn't know there was a club. No one told me.
Yeah, do me a favor, send me that.
You want to say it?
Yeah, I think Ganji's putting that together.
I have nothing to do with that. It's probably John.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
That's Al Rosenberg, everybody.
You know, Howard, that's not... You know what? How weird this guy is. That's not me.
It's not me.
I'm not performing in Jersey.
Right, I know.
But Ganji still, says it's me because he still somehow thinks that I had something to do with it.
I don't want people to think that it was me.
He's been accusing me about telling you about this whole thing.
You never told me a thing. He had nothing to do with it.
I swear on my kids' lives he still didn't believe me.
I know. Well, because Ganji's ashamed.
So you had to say my name twice in that game to try and incriminate me, you fat bastard.
Wow. Box him.
Whoa.
Those two hate each other anyway.
And by the way, John, why didn't you tell me if you knew? Now I'm mad at you.
Well, if Ganji didn't tell anybody, how's this information getting back to you?
Why didn't you tell me about Ganji?
I didn't find out about this thing until over the weekend.
Oh.
So, I mean,
you would have told me, though, right?
You know what, Howard? I don't want any part about this whole thing. All I know is I'm not talking to Scott. I'm not hanging out with Scott.
All right. Enough. I don't care who hangs out with Scott. Go do whatever you have to do. I'm suing Scott and Jim and Bruce and Mike Fleiss. That's it. Ganji, I'll do the best I can to sue it so we can get back our intellectual property. And
we do it better.
I know you do.
And you keep all your friendships intact.
Don't worry about it. Play both sides of this of the fence.
That's the most important thing.
It's all fun and games.
That everybody like you.
Yeah. I'll send you my legal bills. You can laugh then. We're going to be playing a game with you later. Am I loyal?
How's it work?
You'll see. It ends up with a stick shoved up very far up your... all right, go ahead. It's fine. You do what you have to do. Goodbye. Goodbye. Come on, leave. Go.
Are you gonna ignore me in the hallways now?
What?
Are you going to ignore me in the hallways?
Yeah.
You know what, Ganji? He'll do what he has to do. You
do what you have to do. You did what you had to do. You did what you had to do.
Your actions have consequences.
Right.
Now he'll have to do what he has to do.
It's no big deal. Nothing matters. Thank you. I was foolish for expecting you to be loyal. Foolish. It was foolish of me. I forgot who you were.
We should apologize to you.
Yeah, I'm sorry for forgetting who I hired 100 years ago with no skills.
I am sorry.
I still have no skills.
I agree.
Okay, well, I just want to say I'm sorry again.
No, we're sorry.
We're sorry, Tom.
I am sorry.
Everybody's sorry.
What are you?
Everybody's sorry. I'm sorry you don't listen to me.
All right, go.
Okay. Thank you. I'm sorry.
I know all about the barbecue. I know who was there.
Who was there?
Oh, I know. Don't worry. Goodbye.
Okay.
I got the whole guest list.
I don't know what to do.
If you go kiss my ass, is just a short...
Everybody comes up to me, oh, I'm so sorry, what happened, that scumbag, blah, 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 and then they all go to the barbecue.
Is that right?
Oh, yeah.
You'll run over...
And everyone's ashamed of it. They don't come and tell me.
They don't even talk about it.
No.
They're all trying to hide it.
No. I don't know why everyone's ashamed of what they do around here.
Wow, I didn't realize this was going on.
That's fair enough.
See, I told you nothing changed.
Nothing changed in his life. And then I got to talk about, when I come back, I want to take some phone calls. I haven't been able to take any yet. And also, I want to tell you about my dinner Saturday night with Stuttering John.
Was it fun?
I went out with Stuttering John.
Oh, you didn't go to the apartment?
No.
No, but yeah, I invited him over.
Oh, why didn't you take that?
I should have.
Yes.
You remember I said, come on up?
You know what? I just couldn't handle it. I just didn't want to see it. I'd had enough of that.
I got to hear about this.
You ought to apply for Jackie's job.
I'm gonna.
Big money in that. You'd be rolling on Easy Street.
You're a funny guy.
No, Tom.
I'd love to give Stuttering John Jackie's job just to give him all the money Jackie was supposed to get.
You gave it to Stuttering John, or worse yet, Benji.
I can't even bring myself to do that.
Jackie thought that Benji was sent to sit over his shoulder to figure out what he does so he could take over for him.
Oh, did he?
When he left,
oh,
yes.
Jesus.
Tom, Tom would never give me, that kind of money. We'd kill him first.
Oh,
no.
Remember what Tom told me once? You remember what he said? He goes, this is when he had cancer.
Yeah.
And he goes, I will die before I give you any of that money.
And he could have.
You were dying.
This is while he was dying. So
we all thought you were going to be dead, and you told John on your deathbed.
He thought he was dying.
I would rather be dead than give you the money.
I hate to extend this past when we should be going to break, but I was ready to go in to start.
He was coughing, Howard, and I was feeling bad for him.
Oh, yeah, John felt real bad. It's like the Thursday or Friday before I go in to start chemo. John is there.
And they told you had like one of the worst cancers ever, right?
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't great.
It wasn't a great prognosis.
No.
All right.
And it was one of my all-time favorites.
Did they ever say to you, like, probably you're not going to live?
They told me that there was 4 chances out of 10 that the chemo was going to work.
4 out of 10.
Yes,
that ain't great odds.
He wasn't even ahead of the game at all.
Right.
And they said, look, we have to do the most aggressive therapy possible.
I mean, as far as I know, it's the strongest combination of chemotherapy drugs.
What was your cancer? I mean, just
melanoma.
Melanoma.
But it had been back. It was the 3rd time it had been back now.
Oof. Right. So they said 4 out of 10, and when they're telling you that, it's probably 2 out of 10.
Yeah, they just don't want to
They're giving you some hope. They don't even know how to cure it.
They actually gave me 2 choices on chemo. And when I talked, the oncologist gave me 2 choices. When I talked to my surgeon, Dr. Dan Coit, who's the greatest surgeon in the world, said, "Tom, you got no choice here. You got to go for the Grand Salami."
Oh, you went for the salami.
Grand Salami.
The Grand Salami.
He said it may kill you, but it may kill you.
Right.
It almost did.
You went for the Grand Salami.
It almost did. So I'm getting ready to go in for all that, and John's there hammering me about a raise. I looked at him and said, "John, I'd rather die before than give
No, you said, I will die before I give you that money.
I think I said I'd rather die.
Wow. And meanwhile, it's over like $2,000.
Man knows how to run a tight ship. He knows how to run a tight ship.
And, you know.
See, Jackie's problem is he thinks that we're getting something he's not. It's always that way with him.
Or that he thinks only you're getting it, nobody else
I know.
is. And he's not going to stand for it.
Here, I'll tell you the truth. I went in for a negotiation with Mel. Mel told me he would not give me a raise.
Oh, God.
And he said, because I get enough money, business is crap. He goes, that's the offer. And he stuck to his guns. I went out. I found another company that was willing to pay me more. Pay me more. To leave here and go work for them. A lot more. I swear on my life this is the truth. And I stayed. Now, why did I stay? I stayed because, A, I weighed it all out. I liked working here. There was also another couple of extenuating circumstances, so I stayed. Now, I wanted more money, all right? But I figured, okay, I got a good setup. I got a good deal. I'm going to make some dough here. It's going to be okay.
Yeah.
It ain't a bad job.
Than me.
No, you. Then, Robin, I know you went in and wanted more money. I know you didn't get everything you wanted.
I didn't even bother to ask. I knew. The way things were going,
Right.
I said, you know what? I better lower my estimate.
Yeah. Well, I mean, okay.
But I knew that. I said, you know, I can't price myself out of the ballpark because I have an obligation here.
Or maybe your lawyer or your agent sits down with Tom and figures out, okay, so we work for 2 years, we at this price, or whatever. You figure out something if you want to be with the show. That's what you do. There's a way to figure it out. If you like working here and you want to keep working here.
If I was tired of doing this show, I didn't want to do it anymore, I would come to my coworkers and say, look, guys, you know, I've had a great time, but it's time for me to go, or it's time for me to do
I understand.
else. I'm not going to hold you up. I'm not going to drop you like a hot potato.
Right.
I'm not going to make it a surprise when I'm not here anymore.
Right. But if you want to work here, you don't sit there and go on strike against them. Who are you going to strike against? Me.
That's right.
Me and Rob.
No
Fred,
reason to do that.
Right.
You saw Fred.
Anyway, so that's that.
Don't you chuckle, John.
Fred hates me.
So let's review.
Every time Jackie pulls this, I decide, obviously he doesn't want to do this.
Right. So let's review what's happened now, for anyone who's just tuning in. Tom lived through cancer. All right?
And he would have died before giving John
Tom's the only one clapping.
Hey, Tom.
Jackie Martling is gone from the show, and John still has no money.
Hey, Tom, did you go for seconds with, like, Ash Wednesday now? I mean, are you really, like, into the religion?
John, I actually been going went back 20 years ago. So, well before.
No, but I'm saying since you've been cured, did you become more religious?
No.
That's a lie. You probably
did. I think
you couldn't be any more religious than Tom.
I had this conversation with my wife the other day. Yeah. 20 years ago, I started going back to church and haven't missed since.
What do you mean you haven't missed? You there every Sunday?
Yeah.
Wow.
So did you get the ashes?
Yes.
You got big ashes, I hope, on your head.
Now, did you let them wear off, or did you wash your face?
I think I still see ash on his head.
Maybe. I haven't paid since.
What is it, Gary?
So maybe that's why he's cured. Maybe it's because...
we got to take a break. What's the matter?
One, and it's 7:40.
You know, it's funny.
We have nothing to say because Jackie's
There's a lot of rumor going around when Tom was sick that, you know...
I think those ashes cause cancer. What do you think of that? I'm thinking about they're rubbing cigarette ashes on your head. It's got to leak into your head. Give you cancer.
The ashes in New York City were clearly darker this year.
Yeah, they were.
It was like they got new ash or something.
Why?
I don't know, but like in the old days, it got to be where you almost couldn't tell who got ashes. This year, it was like you were wearing a sign on your head.
Really?
Yeah, it really was.
They were like deeper, darker ashes.
Black smudge.
All right, when we come back, I'm going to take phone calls. I'm going to talk about my dinner Saturday night with Stuttering John.
Were you with the missus as well?
Yes.
Oh, my.
Yes, I was. I was with Mrs. Stuttering John. Susanna. and Scott Einziger and his prize.
Did you see her in the New York Times yesterday? See a picture?
Yes, I'm going to talk about all that.
Actually, after dinner, we went...
I will talk about all of that.
Shut up.
Shut up,
yeah,
John.
time to take a break, really.
Well, he's just trying to get Jackie's job. All right, we're going to be back right after these words.
Howard Stern wants to know.
All you know, that's the height of your intelligence to insult people. I'm not a crow. I'm a decent, respectable woman.
You know, your son...
For a period of time, and I raised 2 developmentally short. And don't you talk to me like that, you monster! You Godzilla! You're a nut!
You are a...
All these people don't buy into you, and every word you use is I. You're the most egotistical, vain, self person I ever saw conceited. And that Robin, she's crazy. but she sits there and she laughs. Everything's a big joke, and that's how she earns a lot of money by going along with you. You're a moron. You're a disgusting, despicable person. I hope to God you drop dead. You're going to get your just due. What goes around comes around.
Let me tell you something, you old goat. Let me tell you something.
You lie down with
your son sounds as stupid as you are. You and your son. Two morons. You're operating on a zero level of intelligence. You both sound like you're drunk.
Listen to them listening to themselves.
Yeah, now they're listening back.
Turn off your radio, you old cow.
Not an old goat. What are you?
You're an old cow.
I'm older than you, and I got a better body, and I don't have pimples or nuts on my face.
Shut up. Sit down.
I'm a respectable woman. That's more than...
You're 100 years old, you old fat crap. You go to hell. Die, die, die.
A moment of mutual respect from the Howard Stern Show.
You know, I don't understand any of it. But okay. I got so many goddamn things to talk about. So... You want to hear about my dinner Saturday night?
Yes. How do you wind up at dinner with John?
Well, here's what happened. All right, let me get to my list. I have so much crap to talk about.
You made notes on this thing?
By the way, no, I got no notes on the dinner. I don't need notes. It's etched in my mind permanently. I saw a movie over the weekend, a video rental movie.
Yes.
Somebody sent it here, called The Tao of Steve.
Oh, that, yes.
T-A-O.
Yeah.
The Tao. Somehow T-A-O is Tao.
Right. I don't know. Obviously not English.
Yeah. It's like Chinese or something. The Tao of Steve. And it was very good.
You liked it?
I liked it. Did you see it?
I actually saw 2 or 3 minutes of it in a theater, and I was like, too much talking about nothing.
It's a lot of talk, but the talk's good.
Really?
It's the story. It's a love story. It's the story of this real fat guy.
He used to have been good-looking,
He was good-looking in college, right. and his weight just ballooned.
Because I thought I had read about it, and that's why I was interested in seeing it. He was supposedly this good-looking guy who was really rotten to women.
Yeah.
Because he could get anybody he wanted when he was younger.
Yeah.
And then when he got fat and bloated, he had to figure out how to get women.
Well, he meets this chick at a party, and he's like, man, he really wants her. She's cute and everything. And she says, you don't remember me? He slept with her. And he didn't even remember her. That's what a creep he was.
That's the part of the thing
He has his own
I
sitcom now.
Well, now that he's fat, it was like, well, now he's got to be, like, nice to chicks and stuff. But anyway, this guy's really good with women. He's a fat guy who's good with women. He's got a good rap. And you watch him pick up this girl, which is essentially the whole movie.
Right, but it takes him a while.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good flick. I'm going to give it to you to watch. I think you should give it a second chance.
Really?
Yeah, The Tao of Steve. I liked it a lot.
I had all kinds of problems with it when I was watching it. I didn't like the way it was shot.
It's a low-budget film.
Very amateurish.
It's very amateurish, but it was a good film. I think you would like it.
All right.
And you know me.
Since I don't have to pay, I'll try it again.
Right. But maybe for free. I don't know if I'd want to see it in the theater.
A lot of times, things are free, you like them better.
Free is good. The Tao of Steve. And by the way, speaking of movies, despite horrible reviews, which is what people say, why do they pay Julia Roberts and Brad Pitt so much money? Despite horrible reviews, they say, it's not even a love story. It's not what you think it's going to be.
They're not even together.
The Mexican was the #1 movie at $20 million.
Wow.
And it's an awful movie. Did anybody here see it?
I haven't seen it yet.
After the reviews, I had no desire to go.
That's the thing. I had an opportunity to go to a movie right after the show on Friday, and Ganji was going with me, and he said, what are you going to see, the Mexican? I was like, no, I'll wait to see that.
And hey,
because the reviews were so bad.
Give some kudos from props to David Arquette. C-Spot Run made $10 million, which is probably $10 more million than they thought it would make.
And my kid loved it.
Your kid liked it?
Loved it.
What did you think of it?
I didn't go because I was feeling under the weather.
So who took the
this was
kid?
Sunday.
Yeah.
No wonder.
Wait a minute, but who took the kid?
Susanna.
And you didn't ask her how it was?
Yeah, she liked it.
Oh,
okay. She liked it too.
Yeah. She said it started off, she thought it was going to be real bad, but then it got funny.
C-Spot Run, and Hannibal was #3 at the box
I will
office.
give some props to a new independent film that just came out of the Sundance Film Festival.
Oh, no one's going to watch
what
that.
I did go to see, you'd love it.
What's the name of it?
Series 7.
Series 7.
Great movie, so funny. It's like a takeoff on the reality shows.
Yeah.
And it's a reality show where, I think 6 or 7 people get selected at random. And when they're selected, they have to play. And they have to try to kill the other people playing.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh, it's great.
That's funny. Because, you know what, some guy pitched me a reality show. He wanted my production company to do it. He came in here and did it on the air.
Right.
He wants to take prisoners and put them on an island and have them kill each other.
Well, that's what Series 7 is.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, it's great.
I would like to see that. But anything that comes out of the Sundance Film Festival, I don't want to watch.
Oh, you'd like this.
I don't watch that.
You would like this.
I don't like anything experimental, independent. You know what that means? Cheap.
Wait a minute. It is cheap, but it's good.
It is good?
The Dow of Steve, isn't it?
It was a fluke.
And you love Sex, Lies, and Videotape. Came out of the Sundance Film Festival.
Oh, that's true. That was
That's
good.
right.
Hey, hold on a second. Dominic Barber's on the phone. Dominic. Can I just tell you something, Dominic? Dominic, can I tell you something? First of all, when you call in, I can't hear you on the phone.
It's this hotel phone.
No, get closer to the phone.
Can you hear it now?
You're so arrogant, you think people are going to strain to hear you. All right, number two, you called me on Friday.
Go to the movies.
But wait a second. You called me on Friday,
right,
and you say, please call me right back. 5 minutes after you called, I dial your number at your office. They go, oh, you just missed him. I go, okay. Here's his beeper number. I call your beeper 2 or 3 times.
Oh, that's nice of you. Thank you.
You don't call me back.
I didn't get a beep. You must have done it wrong.
No, I do.
I wanted to go to movies.
Not only that, you don't have a cell phone. You have a car phone. I called that.
Oh, that was very nice of you. Thank
No. Here's the point. I am so dying of curiosity to speak to Dominic off the air about his divorce.
And you can't get a hold of him.
I can't get. I called him all weekend. I was so anxious to talk to him. I called him on
that
Sunday.
Was nice of you. Thank you for calling me.
No, because you
now
think
I'm
I
an
don't.
expert in movies. Name a movie. I go to the movies all day long.
Why did you leave your wife if all you're doing is going to the movies?
I saw Castaways.
Castaway.
Terrible. Although Tower of Steve is one of my favorite movies.
The Dow of Steve.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because that's your life now. You're a big fat guy who's going to have to hit on women.
Hello, baby.
Hey,
one of my
baby.
favorite movies. It's still the best movie out. Where do you see 15 Minutes? You want a private screening this week?
I heard 15 Minutes is real good.
15 Minutes is very good.
How about a private screening on Wednesday?
Can't do it Wednesday.
What day is good for you this week?
What, you own
Howard, you have a copy of it.
Oh, I do?
I can
When did I go?
For like fall last week.
Get out of here.
You gotta see it.
I don't have a copy of it.
It is so good.
It was sent home like, I don't know, Monday, Tuesday last week.
I have never seen it.
It might not have been in
you haven't
case
seen it in your
that would have
bag?
recognized.
Do you guys label it?
No, but Howard, let's...
Oh, no, excuse me, Dominic.
He can private screen it in his house.
Gary, can you give me a heads up?
It went home on Thursday. Well, it's got to get checked in and stuff, and then it gets sent home.
Went home on Thursday. I just went through all my mail. There's no 15 minutes.
It is such a good
gonna take
movie.
I think he's saying it doesn't go home in your mail.
How did it get to me?
It went home with Gary.
I guess Laura, no, it didn't, you big fat bastard.
Where's Laura have it?
I guess it gets sent to your house and gets to the office and Laura sends it over.
No, do me a favor for now. Just stick it in my bag and send it home to me. Because all videotapes, send it home to me because I don't get it.
You'd like to see a movie on the weekend.
Oh, I would have loved that this weekend. I was sitting around picking my ass. I would have loved to have seen 15
John
minutes.
Hirschfeld wants to come on the show, you know. He'd love to...
What is your interest in this?
Yeah, he's somehow connected.
What, are you a producer? Or
no, I just really like the guy. I love his movie. I love it.
Yeah, right. Yeah. He calls every 10 minutes about it.
You want to hear this?
Guy's name.
What's going on with your divorce, better? That's what I want to hear.
It's a separation, not a divorce. Listen,
what's going on with your separation?
Have you worked it out?
Are you still living in a hotel?
Yeah. You want to hear what happened when I went to the movies on Saturday?
Any chance of you two getting back together?
I'm interested in Allison. No, you want to hear what happened Saturday?
You want to know about Allison? Allison and I are divorced.
I know that.
So what do you want to know?
You're divorced?
Well, no, it's not. We're not exactly.
Separated.
We're separated, but
that would.
We're in the middle of going through that. What? What do you want, Dominic?
Can I tell you what happened when I went to the movie?
No, I clearly want to talk about your divorce.
I'll tell you in 1 minute.
All right.
I went to the movie to get popcorn. Jackie was selling it.
Well, is he applying to win Jackie's money?
With those kind of jokes, he could. Dominic.
Yeah, Jackie was selling the popcorn. It was very interesting.
So let me ask you something.
I saw Wedding Planner. That's the worst movie I ever saw.
He has nothing to do now.
How did he ever see Wedding Planner?
It's in the theater.
I sat there. I was waiting. Somebody got arrested in Queens.
Oh, that's J-Lo.
I had to wait for the arraignment. I walked in. It was frightening.
So what do you do now that you're divorced?
Yeah, I work out.
No.
I have a trainer.
That's not working out.
He's got to work out. How's he going to get a chick?
He walks on a treadmill.
I have a trainer.
And what's Irma doing? Is she want to get back with you or what?
I don't talk about that. I keep it very private.
Do you guys want to get back? Does either one of you want to get back together?
I do power of attorney. I work hard at my business. I do a lot of... I've become a Buddhist.
Is he going to keep the Shelter Island home?
Yeah, I know he's going to lose that.
No, I have Shelter Island.
You already worked out your agreement with Irma?
Not yet, but Irma's already been kind enough to say I can keep Shelter Island.
You can't keep anything else.
How about Puerto Rico?
Yeah, well, Puerto Rico will give to the kids.
Why are you giving that to the kids? Why does she want to give that to the kids?
Well, some days, it's paid off. I've had it 25 years.
Yeah, but why doesn't she just take it for herself?
Whatever Irma wants, I'll be fair. She has the best lawyer in America.
Who's her lawyer?
Me.
That's a lie.
It's the truth.
No.
Irma's going to use you as a lawyer.
Well, because we'll be fair with each other, of course.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-oh. I smell a rat.
Don't you say that. Robin, am I the fairest person you know?
No.
No, how would I know?
Of course not.
Robin.
You're a lawyer. You're going to be real fair.
I am. As fair as you were.
Well, what are you going to do? How are you're a divorce lawyer. How are you going to handle your divorce? Are you going to go to mediation?
Yeah.
No, you're not.
Nah, we're doing fair. Stop it.
You know she's going to have a lawyer.
He's going to mediation. He's the mediator. He's
right.
the lawyer.
You're telling me Irma's not going to have a divorce lawyer?
I'm telling you, Irma's going to be as fair with me as I am with her. We'll never fight. And don't discuss it on the air like this. You never did your case like
Yes, I did. I discussed it. I went to a mediator. I told all the details. And it's the truth.
Fairly. And who knows what the future holds? I haven't decided yet.
Oh, you're thinking you might get back together?
Who knows what the future holds? I'm going
We'll see how this whole movie thing works out.
You're going through an emotional period.
Sounds like it.
I can't figure out what went on with his marriage. I swear to you, and people have said this to me, that he's getting a divorce because I got one.
That's what I think.
He never would have done it.
I followed you.
He was talking to me on the phone. He was so upset. He was like,
fine.
he doesn't know what he's doing.
Right.
Wait till he sees what it's like out there.
Yeah.
Look at him now.
Yeah.
It's true.
It's true.
I blame a lot of it on my psychiatrist.
Yeah, okay. Psychiatrist.
And he's doing everything you did.
Monkey see, fat monkey do.
Power of attorney is the reason it happened. That's one successful TV show.
I just would love to know what this guy's thinking.
I wanted to go out to dinner with you this weekend.
He weighs 400 pounds.
I do not.
First of all, how does a person call you if they want to get in touch with you?
You just call service and tell them to beat me. Why
don't you have the person in your office beep you once I call?
I was dying. I stayed home Saturday night, right here.
You could have come out with us.
I would have loved it.
I went out with Stuttering John and his wife.
I would have gone.
Scott Einziger, you said.
Scott Einziger. It was couples, though. It was couples. I brought somebody.
Yeah, Dominic, are you dating?
You don't even have a date.
Robin, were you free?
No.
No, John and his wife, Einziger and that girlfriend he's going to marry any day now.
Yeah.
And that he's acting like he's making a decision.
What?
Oh, Einziger, he's going to marry Maya.
Wait a minute. You had a date, Howard?
Wait a minute. Hold it.
Why couldn't I brought Ralph?
Because Ralph's in Los Angeles with a girl.
He dumped you.
He dumped you.
But wait a minute.
Yeah.
You're saying Einziger is getting married? I mean, is this a discussion?
No, but you just know he's marrying her.
It's like they're married already.
They're already living together. It's over for him.
I know once when I was talking to her, she said something about having kids.
Yeah. She's already got him by the balls. There ain't no decision to be made.
All right.
It's going on.
Like he gave
Whether
her,
he wants it or not.
It's happening.
He gave her, diamond earrings for Christmas or whatever, which is like a year before the ring.
Right. First the diamond earrings.
You know that whole...
Yeah.
He's been there.
Diamond earrings come a year before the ring.
You think he should get married? Be honest.
I like his girlfriend.
I love Maya.
She's very pretty.
Right.
But after he just had a divorce, I wouldn't get married for quite some time.
It's been a while, though, since he divorced.
I would not be steady with anybody for at least 3, 4, 18 years after.
Yeah, right.
3,
4 to 18 years.
Because there's so much,
But he wasn't married very long.
Yeah, but he was with the girl for, a little bit before he got married.
And you can tell John is a married man, because I see him looking over the girls like...
he's a mess.
Yeah, he's a mess.
He tells me even. Every girl is beautiful.
Yeah, I know. He stares at the girls like this.
They want
It's like unbelievable. He has a crush on everyone.
No, I know you're thinking.
I know what I'm thinking. Come on, dude.
Come on.
John, stop lying.
No, I don't. I really just, I liked everyone there.
You told
Rob,
me.
what's the name?
Girl is beautiful.
What's the name of the lady who has all the money in the real estate business? She's 80 years old.
Helmsley.
Well, don't be fooled. There's something for me.
Are you gonna, I don't know. All right, Dominic, if you're not going to talk about your divorce, we don't want to talk to you.
He's so asexual anyway. Did you picture him even trying?
Oh, you want to know something?
Yeah, then Leona doesn't want him.
I don't know what he's up to, but I don't picture him going at it with a girl.
No way. I don't even think he could get aroused.
I don't either. He's on Viagra.
Yeah.
Do you think he wants to be with a guy? Is that what you're saying?
No, I don't think he wants to be with anyone.
I don't think he has any interest in, I really don't think he's horny for
Maybe
any woman.
a guy who doesn't have interest in women is interested in
Dominic,
guys.
can I ask you something?
Yeah.
Do you have a desire for other women?
I like to work out.
Yeah.
I like to go to work and do my job and do my TV
But would you like to have another girlfriend? Or
The companionship
I don't want to date. I don't want anything.
See,
I want to just work hard.
You just want to be left alone?
My law practice is doing better than ever. My divorce.
So why are you getting divorced? So because you want to be alone?
Did I say I'm getting divorced?
You're separating.
That's all
I think that there might be a gay issue here.
No.
Yes.
I don't think she's too far off.
No, I think he just doesn't. He's so fat, he doesn't think about it.
I look very well, Howard. I really
That
do.
could be to turn off women.
No.
I look really good,
Howard.
I don't look like
He isn't gay.
When we were in Vegas, I was looking at girls. I mean, there were so many hot girls. Dominic could care less.
Because he's fat.
Howard, I don't look that fat. I'm better looking.
Guys who look at women?
I'm much better looking than you are now.
He's obese. He's obese.
Cabby looks
I'm not.
Yeah, but Cabby's not obese like Dominic. Like Cabby can still run.
He's built like a tadpole. He's got the big, and then it comes down to it like a tiny, sliding legs. It's not like a triangle.
So what do you think? You think Dominic's gay?
I don't think he has any desire for anybody. I don't think he's asexual.
Yeah. By the way, Mike from Survivor's coming in. The guy who got burned up on last week's Survivor.
He's a good-looking guy. I didn't know he was married. I was having all kinds of fantasies.
Yeah, he's coming in. And he likes to kill stuff, too.
Oh, God.
I think he forgot he was married when he burned his hands. You see that? I love you guys.
That was
He was on drugs.
weird.
You know what I'll do? I'll come in this week with Hirschfeld. You'll see I'm not fat.
All right, here comes your wife's on the phone. Hold on. Yes, Irma?
Yes, I can finally enjoy my meals without that fat pig eating all my food every night.
So now you're enjoying your meals because he's not there eating with you?
Why do you think that fat slob? I'm divorcing him. I can't even sleep at night. He smothers my ass. He's disgusting and he smells like crap.
That's wonderful.
Howard, we go to a restaurant.
I recognize that voice. It's Jack.
What do we need Jackie after that voice?
That's right. All right, Dominic.
I'll speak. I will definitely call you later. Goodbye.
Thank you. Goodbye.
That was
Dominic and Barbara.
That was a big concern over dinner if he's going to lose the Shelter Island place.
Yeah, because we all want to use it.
Well, wait a minute. So tell me about this dinner. How does this dinner come about?
Well, here's what happened. On Friday when we were doing the show, I guess John said to me, or I said to John, what are you doing this weekend? And I was trying to hear what everyone was doing. Because your dinners, your lunch sounded so good the other day. People actually got together. I said, what are you doing? He said to me, I'm going to dinner with Scott Einziger, on Saturday night.
They get together socially on Saturday night.
Yeah, they get together. So I said, that sounds good, waiting for something to happen. And then John goes, well, if you want to come, I'm inviting you. I said, okay, why not? Maybe I'll socialize. I'll go out with Stuttering John and Scott Einziger. I'll see what that's like. So we went to this joint called Peasant, which was very good. Very good food. Italian food. Peasant. It's down at Soho.
Okay.
Yeah, real good.
Very nice. The only criticism I got of the place is they got a menu there. They write it in Italian. It's an Italian restaurant.
Don't you love that?
And I'm not sure what they're up to with that because, first of all, the waitress has to come over. She goes, well, I guess you guys don't speak Italian. I go, no, we don't.
Right. Do you have any questions?
She goes, well, I'll interpret the menu for you. So she has to now read the menu to you. Now, I like to study a menu and figure out what I'm going to eat.
Right. Now you got to make a snap decision because you're only going to hear it once.
Print the menu in English. We're all speaking English. There's nobody there who can speak Italian. The customers are not Italians.
I always say, why do they make these... They won't write down their specials.
Right.
And then they have a guy with a very heavy accent come over and tell you the specials. You can't even understand.
Right, just write it down for me. Put it on a chalkboard.
Yeah, make it easy.
Yeah, specials. Everything should be special. The way I see it. But anyway, so the whole menu is in Italian. And that made me crazy because she comes over and she beautifully says, this is what's on the menu. Blah, 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 blah.
Whole menu to you.
She reads the whole menu. She has it memorized.
Appetizers down.
Appetizers down. Because you can't, literally, how sometimes you can kind of tell what something is? This is in Italian. You cannot read it. So I'm like, well, you know what? I think they're trying to be, different.
And they don't even have sometimes when they do the Italian names.
They don't have a translation.
No translation.
Spell it out in English.
No translation. So I was getting angry.
Wow.
I was getting what the hell is this?
So they're going way far to get you involved with the waiter or the waitress.
Yeah. Beautiful girl, too.
Yeah.
Beautiful waitress.
Well, if you got to spend that much time.
Yeah. So I get there. They have, thank God, early dinner because John's wife just had a baby.
So what time's dinner?
Dinner was 7.
Yeah. 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock, get down to Soho, find this joint.
All right.
Because her breasts start getting hard at some point.
So John is with his wife.
Yeah.
Einziger's with Maya. His fiance.
A fiance.
Might as well call her fiance.
He might as well.
Might as well call her wife.
Yeah.
This is Einziger. And I have my date.
Okay.
See?
Yeah.
You with
very
some
pretty.
stranger.
Right. And John stares at her the entire time.
It's true. You know it's true.
You know you're in love with my date.
I stare at every...
You've said it many times. I've heard you.
Every time my date gets up to go to the bathroom,
John follows her.
We were on the same track. There was no... Oh, come on.
She even said to me, I think John has a little crush, but it's fun. It's fun. It's fun. She goes, it's fun. It's cute. But she said.
But I did have to go. I was drinking like a fish. I had to keep going. I mean,
You're drinking because you can't have her.
Yeah. She was I never seen a guy drink like this in my life.
Oh, he can put it away.
It is something else.
And I didn't appear drunk, did I?
No, and that's what's scary. Because he goes to me, listen, I'm drinking a lot, but I'm not drunk. I go, but that's
a sure sign
you should be. Yeah, I said you should be. You should be. Your drink. I mean, you know how he has a beer every 8 minutes. I get there. What did you order first? You had that gimlet martini.
I had a martini. I didn't have
martini.
Gibson. I'm off the Gibsons now. I'm back to martinis.
Okay.
And so he's the Grey Goose vodka martini.
That's right.
Walk in, he's having a martini.
And now he's back to olives, not onions.
Yeah, I'm back to olives.
Right, and then he has that martini like it's like it's gold.
Right, and it's all booze. You know, there's nothing to...
No,
there's no mixer.
Yeah,
no.
Straight alcohol.
Booze.
In fact, there is a little vermouth, but I tell him very little vermouth. I don't want anything.
Yeah, just rub that on the
So it's really straight vodka.
It's really
chilled.
straight vodka.
Chilled vodka.
Chilled vodka with a couple olives.
Right.
For taste.
That's what drunks drink. So he has, but it's in a fancy glass. You know, he's all happy.
So you don't look. It's not like being a wino on the street.
And then with every single, I'd say every 10 minutes. Am I wrong?
No, not at all.
Every 10 minutes, a cold beer is brought to him, and he sucks it down.
Got beer and martini.
Yeah, well, I started off with a martini to take the edge off, and then to continue the pause, I'll have a beer.
Continue the pus.
The martini is the loading in.
Yeah, the martini loads in so he can get a little buzz.
And then to keep it going,
yeah.
you just keep beer.
Then during dinner, the whole question to me is
it the Corona with the lime?
No, they only have Italian beer.
So John says to me, listen, after dinner, we're going to go out. Did you bring any pot? Can we smoke some pot? Did you bring any pot? And I'm like,
how high do you need to be?
I go, John.
Because there's nothing like a few beers that then have a little weed after. It really.
How high do you need to be before you feel okay?
He can't get high.
Oh.
There's no getting high because he's drinking beer after beer after beer. I mean, it's unfriggin' believable.
Thank God they take the bottles away. There'd be no room for...
I never seen a guy drink like this.
Well, you were drinking too, right?
I had a glass of wine.
Yeah.
One glass.
Yeah, I thought you had more than one.
No, just one.
No, you start to see double.
I had a glass. So I'm not saying everyone else was drinking too, but I mean, you really you're the hero of drinking.
Yeah.
No, he loves it. Don't bring food and interrupt his drink.
Man, and a beer. I mean, I couldn't believe how the beers were coming.
Yeah,
the beers were coming in.
In fact, I got a little angry at the waitress because she forgot my beer at some point, and I felt my buzz coming down a little bit.
Yeah, he starts yelling at the waitress.
Yeah, he can feel when his alcohol level is dipping.
And then he gets a couple of beers, and he starts, his wife just had a baby. He starts in, actually not exercising enough.
Well, she got really mad at me because we went to the gym together. And I was on the bike next to her. And then I realized she's only on, like, level 1. So I reached over and made it harder. He was like, what are you doing? I'm like, well, just tell him you train her.
Well, I guess she's complaining she's not losing any weight. And he's like, well, of course you're on level 1.
You're on level 1. Let me help you.
He cranks it up. And then he tells her she's not exercising long enough. She's only doing 30 minutes. He's got to do 45 at least.
Yeah, so now she's doing 40.
Right. He wants her stripper hot. He wants her stripper ready. You should keep knocking her up and have her stripper ready, dude.
Well, I know, but...
And she's still breastfeeding.
Yeah. So what? There's no allowance for that.
Hey, I mean, she wants to be in good shape. I'm just giving a little advice.
She's trying to help her out.
Meanwhile, he's drinking like a fish.
And then she doesn't go to the gym enough, right?
She goes 6 times a week.
Oh, she does?
I'm hoping she'll get up to 7.
Is that enough?
That'll put her over the top.
And the fact of the matter is that when she works out, it's not high intensity.
You know what?
Well, she doesn't go, on level 1 on the bike.
For a half hour, you're going to do anything.
I mean, you
might
got to
as well
go
stay home.
Yeah,
level 1. She could
I'm on level 7.
Yeah.
So, and I'm on level 7.
Look at you.
All right.
Level 7's doing nothing for you. So, anyway, John, actually, Susanna is complaining to me how John was during the delivery of the second baby.
Oh, did you hear it? You
I
heard
didn't
the
hear
story?
that. No, I didn't.
I got back from a gig at Rascals, and I was all buzzed and stoned and stuff. So I got home, and she was in contractions.
Right.
So we got to go to the hospital.
Oh.
So the doctor says, well, she's not dilating enough. You got to walk for an hour. So now I got to walk with her for an hour, but I'm hungover. So I'm like, honey, let me just sit down. You can.
He wanted her to walk around the hospital by herself.
Yeah,
but what can you do? You're high.
Yeah. So she got mad at me, so I had to walk around. Turns out they had told us to walk for another for 2 hours. I'm walking around the hospital.
High as a kite.
They got my mom came, so I just took a nap on the windows.
Right, he went to sleep. He loaded her off on his
Oh, that's funny. And when you woke up, she was having the baby?
I woke up like 2 hours later. She was still into contractions.
Right. Yeah, she wasn't going anywhere.
Didn't miss a thing. But
Right.
she was screaming. She was so upset.
Oh, it was a big fight. We had a big fight in the hospital because I'm like, can't you just walk alone?
I said, what do you expect? You're having a baby by John.
I know. So anyway, so I went out with him, and he's drinking like a fish. And it was a great place. This place, Peasant, we ate. We had appetite. We had a little pizza.
Yeah.
Had a little, pasta, some fish. And then the guy brought out like 20 desserts.
Yeah, it was great stuff.
Eating tons of desserts. It was beautiful. So then, we're done with dinner. It's like 9 o'clock. You got to go somewhere.
Right.
So we pile into my car, and we go to, we're going to go to Spa.
Okay.
For a little dancing. Get to Spa. You can't go to Spa at 9 o'clock at night.
What's going on? Nothing, right?
What'd you say? It looked like a...
It would have been more fun to go to a diner. I mean, it was just like, it was empty.
It was empty.
It's not going on until like 11.
The lights were on.
I don't understand it, though. How do people not start their night Saturday night till midnight?
Well, Harry,
But it's Saturday. They don't start eating until
Really?
8, 9, yeah.
Oh, I just don't know how you stay up like that.
You know, I live over there by Spa.
Yeah.
So at like 4 in the morning, you hear everyone getting out of that place, screaming and yelling. I mean, it's like, so I guess people don't go there till 12.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. They have to go to work on Monday, don't they?
It was Saturday, though.
Yeah, it was Saturday. So they had a whole day.
Oh, that's right. But even still.
They got all of Sunday to recover.
Really?
Although, but Howard,
don't you have responsibilities? Don't people have any?
No,
Nothing.
Look, they're sitting at home today because of the snow.
I know. Everyone's waiting for this goddamn snow. There's no snow. There's no friggin' snow. Where the is the snow?
On Thursday nights, that place is packed with people partying, so I don't think they care about the work.
So we go there, then it becomes, okay, we're going to go to a place called Moomba.
Yeah.
All right. So it turns out, I thought Moomba was the kind of place where you sit like at a lounge and you drink and it's like a club kind of atmosphere. Moomba is a restaurant.
Yes.
So we're leaving a restaurant
To go to
where we're
another
drinking to go to another restaurant to drink. I don't understand that. Like, why would you do that? We go to Moomba, and the woman goes...
And this is great.
She's talking to Maya, who's Scott's girlfriend. She goes, listen, honey, there's no tables. And I walk in, she goes, but wait a second, let me go see what I can do. So she goes up. Yeah, she went up, and she came back and she said to me, listen, I apologize. She goes, it's like walking into a fancy restaurant on a Saturday night. You just can't walk in. She goes... This is a restaurant. She says, I have no tables. I don't know what to do. I said, don't worry about it.
They have no bar?
No, I mean, I don't know why you leave one restaurant where you're drinking to go to another place to drink.
Yeah, I didn't understand it either.
Right. So, I mean...
Well, whose idea was this?
I don't know.
I think it was Maya's, right?
Right, maybe. I don't know whose idea it was. So finally, we heard about this place you go to drink. If you don't drink, I don't know how the hell you have a life in Manhattan.
There are now places where you can just go for dessert and drinks.
Yeah.
Which isn't a good mix.
No. I don't know how those, but they cropped up.
I don't want to have dessert and drink. I want to drink.
Did you notice I was taking it easy on the dessert? Because it would screw up the drinking.
Right.
So you get
right, yeah, because it gets all sweet. And it's just all wrong. Right.
Although the best thing after a dessert is a beer, because it cuts right through the sugar.
I was going to say, because you can't drink beer and eat dessert.
You ever realize your philosophy is everything is better with a beer? Isn't that a thing? All right, So you're looking for some nightlife here, right? Because it's Manhattan. John wanted to go to a comedy club. Well, I wasn't going to go to any comedy club because I don't want to sit there.
Yeah, that becomes a whole thing.
Then you're not talking. And it's a whole thing. All right.
I hear you.
All right. So we go to this place, which was a real cool place, called the Hudson Hotel.
I was just there.
And you go into this hotel, and they got a bar that looks like a party room.
It's a lounge with beautiful.
There's all pretty people, right? Everyone look good.
Yes.
Lots of hot chicks.
A lot of hot chicks.
Mostly chicks.
Yes.
Like 5 guys and 90 million chicks.
How do they get the chicks in there?
Because you know why?
Because they have a gate, and they only let in good-looking chicks.
That's how it works.
There's a guy managing all that.
You see tables of chicks just sitting there drinking.
Even in the lobby, people trying to get in, they're hot chicks.
Right.
Yeah, just hang. Even if you can't get in, just hang out in the lobby.
Yeah.
Because did you see that pool room they have? It's
No.
Great
A pool table?
Yeah.
Oh, we didn't see
They
that.
have a whole, like, a library
I would have gone in there.
with a huge pool table.
Oh, I would have played pool.
Yeah.
That would have been fun.
Yeah, that would have been fun. See, we should have gone up to the Amsterdam billiards place.
Yeah, why not?
That would have been a fun thing. They got drinking in there.
Pool?
What? No good?
It's a little too bright in there.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, I don't know if we would have. It's like a lot of pool tables. It's not like a...
I don't know.
Yeah.
So, it seems pretty cool to me.
Yeah.
So, anyway, it's got to be bright so you can see the pool table.
He needs to have dark room with drinks coming.
He's got his wife with him. What do you need a dark room? He wants to look handsome. So you go to this place and you sit there. You realize they don't let any guys in, so all these single chicks are just sitting there.
Waiting for something to happen.
Yeah. Some chicks came up to me. They wanted to kiss me.
Yeah.
They were so horny. They were looking for guys.
And how's your date handling all this?
She didn't like it. But I mean, I'm like, wow, these chicks come up and they go, hey, man, let us kiss you. Wow. So I was like, nah, I don't want to kiss.
Did they just grab you? They just knock her out of the way?
Oh, yeah, it was like she wasn't even there. They're like, hey, we want to kiss you.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, they didn't care. They didn't seem to mind that.
They don't mind.
Wow.
You're with a chick to get what turned on? And they weren't bad looking, those chicks, right?
They were definitely cute.
They were good looking chicks.
Did they knock your wife out of the way, John?
Hey, now. No, John was loaded.
This is where I wanted my second martini, because I could feel the night's going.
Yeah.
So I want to have a nice buzz when I go home.
He had a second martini, and he's knocking back drinks.
The night's winding down.
Yeah, I could tell the night was winding down.
Because I split. I mean, I can't keep up with him, and by midnight, I'm ready to go to sleep. I wasn't even midnight, I think. I think I left 11:30 or something. Yeah, I was tired.
We didn't stay too much.
Oh, you didn't? And you sat and drank a little bit?
I had like one more beer.
But wait a minute. You're saying that Suzanne can't stay out very long because her breast will get hard.
Yeah.
When do you take her home?
Right, we went home around 12.
He waits for them to turn to rocks, and then he takes them home.
You could have eaten at 8.
Yeah.
Yeah, but at least we had more fun, more time to go out and have fun, you know?
Right. And that was that.
It was a good night.
It was a good night. It's enough socializing for a year.
Yeah, and if you don't mind watching John drink, it's okay.
That's fine.
Yeah, but I wasn't, acting like a drunk, right?
When you go home and you fall asleep and you're dreaming, do you dream you're still drinking?
No, but I had to go to the bathroom like 8 times during the night.
Really?
It's a problem.
Because obviously his tolerance has gone up, because I used to take John to lunch back in the good old days, and John would start knocking over things in the middle of the lunch as, he was on the third beer or something. And he wasn't even doing the whole martini thing. He would just start drinking beers and have like 5 or 6 beers before lunch even came. When lunch came, he was knocking over stuff.
The only reason why I'm doing martinis is because I don't want to gain the weight from the beer.
He's doing it as a diet.
Yeah, but my point is that he can drink a lot more now than he could when he first started going out with me.
I got to take a break. Listen, Mike from Survivor is here. We're going to talk to him. He's the dude that got burned on Survivor.
Yeah, and he claims he kept it from his family. They didn't know until they saw it on TV.
Yeah, we got a lot to talk to him about. Whatever happened to that turkey calling thing? Has that been canceled?
I don't know. I don't know.
No one ever told me if they ever showed up.
Hey, one question about the night. Why wasn't Ronnie driving?
Ronnie never drives on the weekend. He's like retired.
I thought he's your main guy.
How about Ronnie? Listen to this. Friday night.
Oh, yeah.
Ronnie takes out Scott Einziger. And who else?
Angie, I know, was supposed to go.
And Doug.
And Doug to Scores to thank them for hiring him in Los Angeles to work security. But they didn't hire him. I did.
But wait a minute. He took them to dinner first, not at Scores.
Not at Scores.
With Lonnie, and then they went to Scores.
Right. So did he pick up the tab?
Yeah. She picked up the tab on me. I'm the guy who got him there. Scott Einziger. Meanwhile, Einziger ended up paying for the whole dinner because... whose idea was... Wait a minute. Whoa, that's what I wanted to know.
Who paid the bill?
Einziger, because...
we all offered. But...
We all offered. I would have split it.
Who did the inviting? Did Scott do the inviting?
No, John invited me, and I ended up... But I think because it's like, you know... I don't know what the hell
it was like, you know, Maya and my wife organized a dinner. I don't know who was the initial, you know.
Because nobody ever chooses.
Scott's a real gentleman. You know, after my lunch, he wrote me a note of thanks.
Oh, wait a second. I think I was in the mail. Howard. And the other funny thing is that when Scott came to pick us up, he gets a town car now.
Yeah.
Like, you know, he doesn't take a cab.
Yeah.
He gets a town car. He picks up in a town car.
He's a big shot.
Yeah.
He's a big shot.
He's always arranging for the car.
Yeah, he's always arranging. All right, I got to take a break. I'm being yelled at. We only broke 2 times today. All right, here's a break. When we come back, we'll meet the dude from Survivor. I got a bunch of things to talk about in the news, and I have to get the phone calls. We'll be back right after these words.
Howard Stern presents a Mayberry moment.
Andy, I'm worried. Where is Opie?
Where is that boy? I bet he's in a secret room with that queer Floyd. He's a big queer. Big queer. We got to nip him in the bud. Nip it right in the bud.
The Cutting Edge. Howard Stern. 95.
So tell me about this dinner. How does this dinner come about?
Well, here's what happened. On Friday when we were doing the show, I guess John said to me, or I said to John, what are you doing this weekend? And I was trying to hear what everyone was doing. Because your dinners, your lunch sounded so good the other day. People actually got together. I said, what are you doing? He said to me, I'm going to dinner with Scott Einziger. You know, on Saturday night.
They get together socially on Saturday night.
Yeah, they get together. So I said, gee, that sounds good, waiting for something to happen. And then John goes, well, if you want to come, I'm inviting you. I said, okay, why not? Maybe I'll socialize. I'll go out with Stuttering John and Scott Einziger. You know, I'll see what that's like. So we went to this joint called Peasant, which was very good. Very good food, Italian food. Peasant. It's down in Soho.
Okay.
Yeah, real good. Very nice. The only criticism I got of the place is they got a menu there. They write it in Italian. It's an Italian restaurant.
Don't you love that?
And I'm not sure what they're up to with that because, first of all, the waitress has to come over. She goes, well, I guess you guys don't speak Italian. I go, no, we don't.
Right. Do you have any questions?
She goes, well, I'll interpret the menu for you. So she has to now read the menu to you. Now, I like to study a menu and figure out what I'm going to eat.
Right. Now you got to make a snap decision because you're only going to hear it once.
Print the menu in English. We're all speaking English. There's nobody there who can speak Italian. The customers are not Italians.
I always say, why do they make these... They won't write down their specials.
Right.
And then they have a guy with a very heavy accent come over and tell you the specials. You can't even understand.
Right, just write it down for me. Put it on a chalkboard.
Yeah, make it easy.
Yeah, specials. Everything should be special. The way I see it. But anyway, so the whole menu is in Italian. And that made me crazy because she comes over and she beautifully says, this is what's on the menu. Blah, 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 blah.
The whole menu to you.
She reads the whole menu. She has it memorized.
Appetizers down.
Appetizers down. Because you can't, literally, how sometimes you can kind of tell what something is? This is in Italian. You cannot read it. So I'm like, well, you know what? I think they're trying to be, different.
And they don't even have sometimes when they do the Italian names.
They don't have a translation.
No translation.
Spell it out in English.
No translation. So I was getting angry.
Wow.
I was getting like, what the hell is this?
So they're going way far to get you involved with the waiter or the waitress.
Yeah. Beautiful girl, too.
Yeah.
Beautiful waitress.
Well, if you got to spend that much time.
Yeah. So I get there. They have, thank God, early dinner because John's wife just had a baby.
So what time's dinner?
Dinner was 7.
Yeah. 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock, get down to Soho, find this joint.
All right.
Because her breasts are getting hard at some point.
So John is with his wife.
Yeah.
Einziger's with Maya. His fiance.
A fiance.
Might as well call her fiance.
He might as well.
Might as well call her wife. Yeah. Mrs. Einziger. And I am my date.
Okay.
See?
Yeah.
You with
very
some
pretty.
stranger.
Right. And John stares at her the entire time.
It's true. You know it's true.
You know you're in love with my date.
I stare at every...
You've said it many times. I've heard you.
Every time my date gets up to go to the bathroom,
John
follows her.
We were on the same track. There was no... Oh, come on.
She even said to me, I think John has a little crush, but it's fun. It's fun. It's fun. She goes, it's fun. It's cute. That's what she said.
But I did have to go. I was drinking like a fish. I had to keep going. I mean,
You're drinking because you can't have her.
Yeah. She was I never seen a guy drink like this in my life.
Oh, he can put it away.
It is something else.
And I didn't appear drunk, did I?
Oh.
No, and that's what's scary. Because he goes to me, listen, I'm drinking a lot, but I'm not drunk. I go, but that's... You should be. Yes, you should be. You should be. Your drink. I mean, you know how he has a beer every 8 minutes? I get there. What did you order first? You had that gimlet martini?
I had a martini. I didn't have Gibson. I'm off the Gibsons now. I'm back to martinis.
Okay. So he's the Grey Goose vodka martini.
That's right.
Walk in, he's having a martini.
And now he's back to olives, not onions.
Yeah, I'm back to olives.
Right, and then he has that martini like it's like it's gold.
Right, and it's all booze. You know, there's nothing to...
No,
there's no mixer.
Yeah,
no,
straight alcohol. Booze.
In fact, there is a little vermouth, but I tell him very little vermouth. I don't want anything.
Yeah, just rub that on the
So it's really straight vodka.
It's really straight vodka.
Chilled vodka.
Chilled vodka with a couple olives.
Right.
For taste.
That's what drunks drink. So he has, but it's in a fancy glass. You know, he's all happy.
So you don't look. It's not like being a wino on the street.
And then with every single, I'd say every 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Am I wrong?
No, not at all.
Every 10 minutes, a cold beer is brought to him, and he sucks it down.
He's got beer and martini.
Yeah, well, I started off with a martini to take the edge off, and then continue the pause. I'll have a beer.
Continue the pus.
The martini is the loading in.
Yeah, the martini loads in so you can get a little buzz.
And then to keep it going,
yeah.
you just keep beer.
Then during dinner, the whole question to me is...
Is it the Corona with the lime?
No, they only have Italian beer.
So John says to me, listen, after dinner, we're going to go out. Did you bring any pot? Can we smoke some pot? Did you bring any pot? And I'm like...
How high do you need to be?
I go, John.
Because there's nothing like a few beers that then have a little weed after. It really...
How high do you need to be before you feel okay?
He can't get high.
Oh.
There's no getting high because he's drinking beer after beer after beer. I mean, it's unfriggin' believable.
Thank God they take the bottles away. There'd be no room for...
I never seen a guy drink like this.
Well, you were drinking too, right?
I had a glass of wine.
Yeah.
One glass.
Yeah, I thought you had more than one.
No, just one.
No, you start to see double.
I had a glass. So I'm not saying everyone else was drinking too, but I mean, you really you're the hero of drinking.
Yeah.
No, he loves it. Don't bring food and interrupt his drink.
Man, and a beer. I mean, I couldn't believe how the beers were coming.
Yeah,
the beers were coming in.
I got a little angry at the waitress because she forgot my beer at some point, and I felt my buzz coming down a little bit.
Yeah, he starts yelling at the waitress.
Yeah, he can feel when his alcohol level is dipping.
And then he gets a couple of beers, and he starts, his wife just had a baby. He starts in, actually not exercising enough.
Well, she got really mad at me because we went to the gym together, and I was on the bike next to her, and then I realized she's only on like level 1. So I reached over and made it harder. Yeah. He was like, what are you doing? I'm like, well, just pretend I'm your trainer.
Well, I guess she's complaining she's not losing any weight. And he's like, well, of course you're on level 1.
You're on level 1. Let me help you.
He cranks it up, and then he tells her she's not exercising long enough. She's only doing 30 minutes. He's got to do 45 at least.
Yeah, so now she's doing 40.
Right. He wants her stripper hot. He wants her stripper ready. You should keep knocking her up and have her stripper ready, dude.
Well, I know, but...
And she's still breastfeeding.
Yeah. So what? Yeah. There's no allowance for that.
Hey, I mean, she wants to be in good shape. I'm just giving a little advice.
She's trying to help her out.
Meanwhile, he's drinking like a fish.
And then she doesn't go to the gym enough, right?
She goes 6 times a week.
Oh, she does.
I'm hoping she'll get up to 7.
That'll put her over the top.
And the fact of the matter is that when she works out, it's not high intensity.
You know what?
Well, she doesn't go, on level 1 on the bike.
For a half hour, you're going to do anything.
I mean, you
might as well stay home.
Yeah,
level 1.
I'm on level 7.
Yeah.
So, and I'm on level 7.
Look at you.
All right.
Level 7's doing nothing for you. So, anyway, John's actually, Susanna is complaining to me how John was during the delivery of the second baby.
Oh, did you hear it? You heard the story?
No, I didn't.
I got back from a gig at Rascals, and I was all buzzed and stoned and stuff. So I got home, and she was in contractions.
Right.
So we got to go to the hospital.
Oh.
So the doctor says, well, she's not dilating enough. You got to walk for an hour. So now I got to walk with her for an hour, but I'm hungover. So I'm like, honey, let me just sit down. You can.
He wanted her to walk around the hospital by herself.
Yeah,
but what can you do? You're high.
Yeah. So she got mad at me. So I had to walk around. Turns out they had told us to walk for another for 2 hours and walking around the hospital. They got my mom came, so I just took a nap on the window.
Right, he went to sleep. He loaded her off on it.
Oh, that's funny. And when you woke up, she was having the baby?
I woke up like 2 hours later. She was still into contractions.
Right. Yeah, she wasn't going anywhere.
Didn't miss a thing. But
Right.
she was screaming. She was so upset.
Oh, it was a big fight. We had a big fight in the hospital because I'm like, can't you just walk alone?
I said, what do you expect? You're having a baby by John.
I know. So anyway, so I went out with him, and he's drinking like a fish. And it was a great place. This place, Peasant, we ate. We had appetite. We had a little pizza.
Yeah.
Had a little, pasta, some fish. And then the guy brought out like 20 desserts.
Yeah, it was great stuff.
Eating tons of desserts. It was beautiful. So then we're done with dinner. It's like 9 o'clock. You got to go somewhere.
Right.
So we pile into my car, and we go to, we're going to go to Spa.
Okay.
For a little dancing. Get to Spa. You can't go to Spa at 9 o'clock at night.
What's going on? Nothing, right?
What'd you say? It looked like a...
It would have been more fun to go to a diner. I mean, it was just like, it was empty.
It was empty.
Going on until like 11.
The lights were
I don't
on.
understand it, though. How do people not start their night Saturday night till midnight?
Well, Harry,
But it's Saturday. They don't start eating until
Really?
8, 9, yeah.
Oh, I just don't know how you stay up like that.
You know, I live over there by Spa.
Yeah.
So at like 4 in the morning, you hear everyone getting out of that place screaming and yelling. I mean, it's like, so I guess people don't go there till 12.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. They have to go to work on Monday, don't they?
It was Saturday, though.
Yeah, it was Saturday. So they had a whole day.
Oh, that's right. But even still.
They got all of Sunday to recover.
Really?
Although, but Howard...
Don't you have responsibilities? Don't people have any...
No,
Nothing.
Look, they're sitting at home today because of the snow.
I know. Everyone's waiting for this goddamn snow. There's no snow. There's no friggin' snow. Where the is the snow?
On Thursday nights, that place is packed with people partying, so I don't think they care about the work.
So we go there, then it becomes, okay, we're going to go to a place called Moomba.
Yeah.
All right. So it turns out, I thought Moomba was the kind of place where you sit like at a lounge and you drink and it's like a club kind of atmosphere. Moomba is a restaurant.
Yes.
So we're leaving a restaurant
To go to
where we're
another
drinking
restaurant.
to go to another restaurant to drink. I don't understand that. Like, why would you do that? We go to Moomba and the woman goes...
This is great.
She's talking to Maya, who's Scott's girlfriend. She goes, listen, honey, there's no tables. And I walk and she goes, but wait a second, let me go see what I can do. So she goes up. Yeah, she went up and she came back and she said to me, listen, I apologize. She goes, it's like walking into a fancy restaurant on a Saturday night. You just can't walk. And she goes, this is a restaurant. She says, I have no tables. I don't know what to do. I said, don't worry about it.
They have no bar.
No, I mean, I don't know why you leave one restaurant where you're drinking to go to another place to drink.
Yeah, I didn't understand it either.
Right. So, I mean...
Well, whose idea was this?
I don't know.
I think it was Maya's, right?
Right, maybe. I don't know whose idea it was. So finally, we heard about this place you go to drink. If you don't drink, I don't know how the hell you have a life in Manhattan.
There are now places where you can just go for dessert and drinks.
Yeah.
Which isn't a good mix.
No. I don't know how those, but they cropped up.
I don't want to have dessert and drink. I want to drink.
Notice I was taking it easy on the dessert because it would screw up the drinking.
Right.
So you get
right, yeah, because it gets all sweet. And it's just all wrong. Right.
Although the best thing after a dessert is a beer because it cuts right through the sugar.
I was going to say, because you can't drink beer and eat dessert.
You ever realize your philosophy is everything is better with a beer? There isn't a thing? All right, so you're looking for some nightlife here, right? Because it's Manhattan. John wanted to go to a comedy club. Well, I wasn't going to go to any comedy club because I don't want to sit there.
Yeah, that becomes a whole thing.
Then you're not talking, and it's a whole thing.
I hear you.
All right. So we go to this place, which was a real cool place, called the Hudson Hotel.
I was just there.
And you go into this hotel, and they got a bar that looks like a party room.
It's a lounge with beautiful...
There's all pretty people, right? Everyone look good.
Yes.
Lots of hot chicks.
A lot of hot chicks.
Mostly chicks.
Yes.
Like 5 guys and 90 million chicks.
How do they get the chicks in there?
Because you know why?
Because they have a gate, and they only let in good-looking chicks.
That's how it works.
Ah, there's a guy managing all that.
But you see tables of chicks just sitting there drinking.
Even in the lobby, people trying to get in, they're hot chicks.
Right.
Yeah, just hang. Even if you can't get in, just hang out in the lobby.
Yeah.
Because did you see that pool room they have? It's
No.
Great
A pool table?
Yeah.
Oh, we didn't see
they
that.
have a whole, like, a library set
I would have gone in there.
with a huge pool table.
Oh, I would have played pool.
Yeah.
That would have been fun.
Yeah, that would have been fun. See, we should have gone up to the Amsterdam billiards place.
Yeah, why not?
That would have been a fun thing. They got
you
drinking
don't play
in there.
Pool? Huh?
What? No good?
It's a little too bright in there.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, I don't know if we would have. It's like a lot of pool tables. It's not like a...
I don't know.
Yeah.
So, it seems pretty cool to me.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's got to be bright so you can see the pool table.
He needs to have dark room with drinks coming.
He's got his wife with him. What do you need a dark room? He wants to look handsome. So you go to this place and you sit there. You realize they don't let any guys in, so all these single chicks are just sitting there.
Waiting for something to happen.
Yeah. Some chicks came up to me. They wanted to kiss me.
Yeah.
They were so horny. They were looking for guys.
And how's your date handling all this?
She didn't like it. But I mean, I'm like, wow, these chicks come up and they go, hey, man, let us kiss you. Wow. So I was like, nah, I don't want to kiss.
Did they just grab you? They just knock her out of the way?
Oh, yeah, it was like she wasn't even there. They're like, hey, we want to kiss you.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, they didn't care. They didn't seem to mind that.
They don't mind.
Wow.
You're with a chick to get what turned on? And they weren't bad looking, those chicks, right?
They were definitely cute.
They were good looking chicks.
Did they knock your wife out of the way, John?
Hey, now. No, John was loaded.
This is where I wanted my second martini, because I could feel the night's going.
Yeah.
So I want to have a nice buzz when I go home.
He had a second martini, and he's knocking back drinks.
The night's winding down.
Yeah, I could tell the night was winding down.
Because I split. I mean, I can't keep up with him, and by midnight, I'm ready to go to sleep. I wasn't even midnight, I think. I left 11:30 or something.
Yeah,
I was tired.
We didn't stay too much.
Oh, you didn't? And you sat and drank a little bit?
I had like one more beer. And
well, wait a minute. You're saying that Suzanne can't stay out very long because her breast will get hard.
Yeah.
When do you take her home?
Right, we went home around 12.
He waits for them to turn to rocks, and then he takes them home.
You could have eaten at 8.
Yeah.
Yeah, but at least we had more fun, more time to go out and have fun,
Right. And that was that.
It was a good night.
It was a good night. It's enough socializing for a year.
Yeah, and if you don't mind watching John drink, it's okay.
That's fine.
Yeah, but I wasn't, acting like a drunk, right?
When you go home and you fall asleep and you're dreaming, do you dream you're still drinking?
No, really? But I had to go to the bathroom like 8 times during the night.
Really?
It's a problem.
Because obviously his tolerance has gone up, because I used to take John to lunch back in the good old days. And John would start knocking over things in the middle of the lunch as, he was on his third beer or something. And he wasn't even doing the whole martini thing. He would just start drinking beers and have like 5 or 6 beers before lunch even came. And by the time lunch came, he was knocking over stuff.
The only reason why I'm doing martinis is because I don't want to gain the weight from the beer.
He's doing it as a diet.
Yeah, but my point is that he can drink a lot more now than he could when he first started going out with me.
I got to take a break. Listen, Mike from Survivor is here. We're going to talk to him. He's the dude that got burned on Survivor.
Yeah, and he claims he kept it from his family. They didn't know until they saw it on TV.
Yeah, we got a lot to talk to him about. Whatever happened to that turkey calling thing? Has that been canceled?
I don't know. I don't know.
No one ever told me if they ever showed up.
Hey, one question about the night. Why wasn't Ronnie driving?
Ronnie never drives on the weekend. He's like retired.
I thought he's your main guy.
How about Ronnie? Listen to this. Friday night.
Oh, yeah.
Ronnie takes out Scott Einziger. And who else?
Ganji, I know, was supposed to go.
And Doug.
And Doug to Scores to thank them for hiring him in Los Angeles to work security. But they didn't hire him. I did.
But wait a minute. He took them to dinner first, not at Scores.
Not at Scores.
With Lonnie, and then they went to Scores.
Right. So did he pick up the tab?
Yeah. She picked up the tab on me. I'm the guy who got him there. Scott Einziger. Meanwhile, Einziger ended up paying for the whole dinner because...
whose idea was... Wait a minute. Whoa, that's what I wanted to know. Who paid the bill?
Einziger, because...
we all offered. But
we all offered. I would have split it.
Who did the inviting? Did Scott do the inviting?
No, John invited me, and I ended up... But I think because it's like, I don't know what the hell
it was like, Maya and my wife organized a dinner. I don't know who was the initial,
Because nobody ever chooses.
Scott's a real gentleman. After my lunch, he wrote me a note of thanks.
Oh, wait a second. I think I was in the mail. Howard. And another funny thing is that when Scott came to pick us up, he gets a town car now.
Yeah.
He doesn't take a cab.
Yeah.
He gets a town car. He picks up in a town car.
He's a big shot.
Yeah.
He's a big shot.
He's always arranging for the car.
Yeah, he's always arranging. All right, I got to take a break. I'm being yelled at. We only broke 2 times today.
Hey, David, you're on the air.
Hey, Howard.
Hey.
I read this weekend you finally got yourself a little lawsuit going, huh? It's about time.
That was bigger news than I thought. I mean,
yeah, it's been everywhere.
I was watching, CNN. I was watching Fox News. And all of a sudden, along the bottom of the screen, Howard Stern is suing, ABC,
And all the papers have picked it up and put in big articles about it.
Yeah, it's evidently a big deal that I'm suing somebody.
You deserve it. All these years, people have been ripping you off and taking your ideas. You're finally doing something about it.
I never would have done anything about it, except this thing was so blatant, and Scott Einziger, who's worked with me, Scott Einziger, who basically they were going to put on World Wrestling, you remember, to go edit, not even World Wrestling, some crappy wrestling league, and I fought for him to stay here. I made sure he got money, and this guy was my personal friend, too. I mean, this is a guy who spent entire weeks of vacation with me.
Right.
I mean...
I don't know that. He went on vacation with you?
He used to come out to my house all the time. When I rented the house out in the Hamptons. He would spend all kinds of time with us. I went out to dinner with him at least once a week. I mean, when do I do that with anybody?
Right.
I mean, this guy is a personal friend of mine, or was.
Oh.
And, man, was I fooled by him. My agent said people go out to Los Angeles and they lose all morality.
If you can go out to Los Angeles, you probably have no morality. I've told you, that place is crazy.
Scott and I have worked side by side for, I don't know, I would say, like maybe 15 years. And guy's a personal friend of mine was. He's not anymore. I can't stand him. He showed his true colors, but
for real.
He's somebody I really, opened up to and stuff. And not only that, the guy... I told him a lot of my ideas confidentially and a lot of things, And, and God bless him, he went off to L.A., got a job on
Amazing
Race, and doing very well. I'm happy for the guy. And lo and behold, I don't know what happened to him.
He kept saying he wanted to work for the networks, and you said, well...
I said,
how are you going to do that?
I thought it was kind of strange, too, because if the guy had any good ideas, how come he never brought them to me? I had a production company.
Well, I always used to say it to him right here.
No, you're the one with all the ideas.
Yeah, I'm the one with all the ideas.
I used to say it to him right here. He used to say, I want to be a producer. I said, well, if you've got ideas, why don't you take them to Howard?
Well, what's really funny is when Scott was leaving, he was going to go do Amazing Race.
Yeah.
So I said, great. I said, but, in order to become a producer, executive producer out in Hollywood... They're just having you edit Amazing Race. You've got to have an idea and sell it to the network. You've got to have a really
create a show.
You got to create a show. And he was like, well, don't worry about that. And I was just like, well, gee, I don't think he can create a show because the guy's never once brought me an original idea. He's good at editing and watching me do my show. So, lo and behold, the guy gets to be executive producer by taking one of my ideas. And I'm like, what the hell? That really freaked me out, and I wasn't even going to sue. Because you know me, I don't want to sue anybody.
You were sort of sitting there and taking it.
And really, it's Telepictures, ABC, Scott Einziger, and the great Mike Fleiss, who calls here every week looking for me to do something with him. And, and every minute calling here how I'm the reason he got into the business. He's been listening to the show his entire life. I'm like, well, great, but maybe we'll do something someday. I don't know. You're such an innovator.
They did it without you.
Yeah, it's exactly what they did.
He doesn't need you now. He's got Scott.
Well, they all said that it's a little expensive to get me on board, so why don't we cut me out? Well, fine, cut me out, but don't use my ideas. I mean, the show was, identical.
It was the segment that we did here.
So I called Lloyd and, the head of ABC, who used to be my lawyer. This gets even worse.
It's
Scott used to be my friend. Yeah, I mean, used to be my lawyer, and actually Lloyd didn't even know what the hell they were creating because Mike has a history with The Bachelor, right. So they were like, okay, we'll take your next show. And when Lloyd finally saw the show, which is when I called it to his attention, he goes, oh my God, it's an exact replica of your show. And Lloyd's the only one trying to settle this thing out because he knows I was stolen from. Lloyd said to me, you've been stolen from. He agreed with me. He feels bad for me. But Telepictures is busy saying, hey, let him sue us. Hey, so what? Let him sue us.
Well, I hope
that's
we might win.
That's
the way they do business. And Scott Einziger is the worst because he should have called me up and said, you know something? When I served him with a lawsuit, he should have said, I want to testify for you. I feel terrible. I stole your idea. But imagine he's not doing that. He's pretending. We got tape that it's the exact same show that I've had on the air for 10 years on E.
There's plenty of evidence.
And I had finally spun out and sold to another network. I sold it to Showtime, okay? Here, I'll be honest. And they called me up and said, forget it. We don't want to look like we're stealing. Right. I go, no, you don't understand. I tell you, I'm livid over the whole thing. And so finally, I said, you know what? I gotta sue.
Good.
I mean, I don't even want to.
Because now you're being accused of stealing your own material.
Yeah. I said, once I started getting accused of stealing my own material, and plus I got to admit, the thing with Scott really drove me over the edge. Not only did they take my idea, it's basically a corporate raid. They took Scott, and they even hired Jackie.
They hired Jackie as a consultant.
Yeah, a consultant. I mean, and then they got the nerve to tell me they didn't steal my show. I mean, at some point, I tell you what, I'm sick over it, because they really... It would be nice if they did the right thing and just said, you know what, let's settle this out and admit that there was...
We did the wrong thing.
We did the wrong thing, but they'll never do that.
But let me ask you something. Does it ever cross your mind that Scott was drawn into something that he didn't realize was going to be a blatant ripoff?
He knew, Robin.
Oh, come on.
Well, I'm just asking.
What, he's working on a show and he doesn't know what's going on?
Who knows what Fly said to him before he...
So what? You leave. You say, wait a second, you're stealing...
I'm just asking if...
Howard's my man. He's supposed to say, Howard's my man. I worked with him. I can't do this.
Of course. I mean, when would you ever do that?
Jackie, but Jackie...
Well, we expect that from Jackie.
I mean, Jackie... I mean,
how could you do this?
Oh, Scott explained that to somebody through an intermediary. He goes, well, I just felt bad for Jackie because he's down on his luck. I go, down on his luck? He's got 5 houses. How is he down on his luck? He's down on his luck because he left here. What?
He'll do anything to get back at you.
I guess.
He probably thinks it's like your fault he's not on the show.
Yeah, of course.
Well, it's his own fault.
Yeah. And Scott knows the whole history
Scott
there.
said he's doing Jackie a favor by hiring him for the ripoff show.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right, well, good luck, Howard.
Thanks.
All right.
Jeez.
I tell you, I'm seething over it. You know what I'm seething about? Because I would have picked up the phone if I was Telepictures and Mike Fleiss and Scott Einziger. I would have picked up the phone and said, you know what, we did the wrong thing. That's what I would do. I would say it. We did the wrong thing, and we want to work it out.
Before they did anything, they should have been on the phone to you saying, look, this is what we want to do.
Oh,
come into it.
Well, I used to get calls from Mike Fleiss's office all the time, but I think they all decided that the problem is I actually want to be paid.
So what? It's your idea.
It doesn't. That's not the way it works.
Get paid for it like it's theirs. That's what I'm saying. If you had any integrity.
I guess Mike's in a panic because now all of a sudden he's got to come up with more shows, and it's like, I got to get him from somewhere. But you know what? Maybe if they had used a different brand of laser pointer, I could have even dealt with it. But I mean, it was like, I mean, it's just unfreaking believable. And not only that, they did the show badly. So now, my deal with Showtime was dropped.
You know, a lot of people, too, when they found out you were going to do your own version of the show, really got mad that they got to miss that. Actually, I was talking to, Frank Sebastiano, that kid. He had a great line. When he found that out, he goes, now I want to sue somebody.
Yeah, because he was ripped off.
Yeah, because we didn't get to see that show.
Well, I mean, the point of the show was a bunch of ugly guys all sitting there evaluating people and who have no right to be evaluating.
Right.
You don't put Lorenzo Lamas on there.
Who wants to see that idiot?
He's pretty.
And a model, and it was just ridiculous. They had no reason to be there.
And plus the show's about humiliation. But what am I going to tell you?
Yeah, they changed it completely. Now it's the Miss America pageant.
Well,
with a laser pointer.
Yeah, well, they took the whole thing, but somehow
the essence wasn't there.
Well, that's the great producer. Went off to Hollywood to be his own man.
He missed that part of it when you were laying it out for him?
Yeah, I guess. I guess he didn't learn everything.
Didn't quite get the concept.
John, you're on the air.
Well, if it isn't Mr. Let's Kill All the Lawyers.
Yeah, I know. I need a lawyer now, and I'm busy suing someone. I know. Hey, John, I'll be honest with you. I don't like suing people. I have been in a million situations similar to this where I've just said, forget it. I'm not going to be a big ass about it. That's the way it goes. But how could I ignore this?
I don't think you could.
I couldn't. Well, I told you that there are some good lawyers, and it just so happens they're the ones that work for me.
Well, if I need one, I know who to call.
Yeah. Thanks.
Thanks, Howard.
He's right.
Sometimes you got to do it.
Sometimes you got to.
But that was the whole point, that you don't sue for everything, but you do sue when it's really necessary. Unfortunately, everybody sues now for no good reason.
Yeah, well, I had to get a lawyer and I had to do it. I mean, what are you going to do? And believe me, it's going to cost me a lot of money to go through with this. But I mean, at some point, I got to just say something. I mean, it's crazy.
Well, you've definitely got to say something to these people, especially.
Yeah.
Because they've been your confidant.
Mm. Well, yeah. And confidentiality agreements were signed and all kinds of things. It's just ridiculous. It's a big joke. Big joke. It hurts. I tell you what, it hurts. It hurts on a personal level because I don't really trust too many people and I don't really invite too many people to my home. And because I don't know what happened to me in my life. I don't trust anyone and I don't like anyone. When it comes right down to it, I know once you get close to someone, they will burn you. And I know that's wrong. And I know most people aren't raised that way, but that seems to be my problem in life.
There's nothing wrong or right about it, but your psychiatrist would tell you, then you will live into that.
Right.
If that's your belief system, you will make it come true.
And one of the ways I opened up was to befriend Scott, because I like Scott.
Right. That is your choice of person, and you have to ask yourself, why did you make that choice?
Wouldn't you have bet on Scott, though? As a friend, seriously. Did you think Scott was a good guy? Be honest.
I used to think there were a lot of questionable things about him.
Really?
Yeah.
Like what?
Sort of the thing about, how he, who he chooses.
Mm-hmm. Well, gee, then you saw it coming. I didn't. Yeah, I thought he was a good guy.
I'm not saying he's a bad guy.
I am.
I think, like Scott, some things are very important to him that might not be important to you, and he might do anything to get them.
Yeah. Well, I see what you're saying by his choices.
Yeah.
Yeah. I should have been hip to that. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Well, I would have done anything for that guy.
Well, you did. You gave him a whole...
I gave him a whole life.
You didn't know you were doing it.
Yeah, I guess when you get out to L.A., you got to be a big player some way. Got to do it. Got to be a big player. Got to get in the game. Got to get in the business. Crazy. Yeah, Mike. Hey, Mike.
Hey, Howard.
Hey, what's up?
Well, I've been listening to what you said and, how you don't trust people and everyone's burned you and stuff. And
No, I do trust people. And let me tell you something. It's not going to ruin my... I've been doing much better with this therapy and everything, but I tell you what, it did freak me out a lot. To the point that even my daughter came up to me because she saw how upset I was, and she says, Dad, is this going to set you backward? Because she sees the differences in me. I said, no. I'm not a complete idiot. I know that bad things happen sometimes between people, but I could never forgive him.
I sympathize with you. I truly do. This is one issue where I'm not BSing you, but what's the worst thing that anyone's ever done to you? Because the way you talk about it makes it sound like something really bad has been done at some point, and I don't know what it is.
I'm not going to get into it, but...
I mean, even anything. It doesn't have to mean in general.
No, he's saying, where did the original lack of trust come from? What trauma?
I don't know. I don't even know. I can't even figure it out. It's just the way I am. I'm not a very trusting guy, so I'm not even sure. I mean, that's why,
But I think that maybe was the lesson you learned in your family, that nobody could be trusted.
Well, I wasn't going to get into it.
Oh, sorry.
But what I'm saying is, it doesn't seem like you've ever been abandoned or ever had anything like truly terrible happen.
Yeah, listen, dude, I'm not criticizing. I'm fine. I'm not sitting there whining. I'm just saying I had to sue someone, and that's it.
I mean, I think it's a weird world when people that you, like that Scott Einziger, you can now trust less than, a Melrose Larry Green, or name anyone of 1,000 people.
I wouldn't equate Melrose Larry Green with Scott Einziger. Scott Einziger is one of my close friends.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is all these other people who've been looked at as being kind of weird and out there and wacko, in essence, have a deeper affection for you than people who maybe were in the most inner circles. That's
Yeah, you know what? You're right. That might be very true.
I don't know if you could necessarily say that either.
What are you saying, Robin? Melrose would screw me?
Melrose has had his moments.
Yeah, actually, Melrose has had moments where he has screwed me.
Yes.
Howard, I just want to say, I'd never screw you. You know that.
No, it's fine. Listen, the lawyers will handle it, and we'll see what happens.
I have one last question also. Did your parents, disinherit you because they felt your sister needed the money more than you or something?
No, nothing like that.
Okay, maybe I got it wrong because I remember a while back you wanted someone to leave you money in their will, so I thought maybe it had something to do with that.
No, I just want more money.
Oh, okay. Excuse me, my bad.
All right, take care.
Good luck.
No, my parents have actually said to me that it is a sin if you have a will and you have 2 kids, 3 kids, whatever it is, and you give one child more than the other, because that child will remember that the rest of their lives. Some parents play that game with their kids. I'm going to give this one more or this one less.
Right, they divvy it out different ways because of various things they feel about their children.
Yeah, and that's screwy. Or sometimes they even go, you know what? Gee, this one doesn't need the money, that one does. So their heart's in the right place, but meanwhile, the one who gets left out gets real angry. I know someone like that. Mother died. Father was already dead. There was some inheritance there. Not a fortune, but a nice hunk of dough. Mm-hmm. At the time that she wrote her will, the one guy, there was 2 brothers. One of the brothers worked the lady, before she died. Worked the mother, I need the money, I'm broke, he's fine. Meanwhile, the other guy wasn't that fine.
Uh-huh.
And she was old, and she needed help, so she changed her will over.
To keep him there.
Yeah, and now the other son is freaked. Hey, Jeff.
Hi, how are you?
Hey.
Listen, Robin just said before you were talking about the show that the show is completely different, and you're going to ruin your lawsuit by saying all these things. So
I'm not saying it's different.
No, I'm saying they screwed up the concept. They screwed it up so it's not.
Yeah, but you know how lawyers are.
Well, that's fine. Let them do what they want. I'll go into court, and what they did was they put it on and took every element of it, but then I think chose the wrong people to be the judges.
Right.
I think if they had done it a different way, it would have been. I think it could still be a huge hit, but no one will let me produce it now because of the crap way they handled it.
I totally agree with you, but then you got people
they took the exact format, the exact show, the exact everything.
They even say some of the same things.
Yeah, and somehow lost the spirit of it.
That's probably why with the celebrity one, the part of it was different than the
We
Survivor.
used celebrities too. I used to use Snoop Dogg. I used everyone. I mean, it's the same exact show. It's ridiculous. And what's different about it is somehow they lost the spirit because you got guys who aren't.
And again, the bottom line is
I was going to be the host of it.
And again, it ruins your reputation for future shows.
Well, all I know is I'm telling you I had a deal and it got dropped. That's the bottom line. John, go ahead. You're on the air.
Yeah, Howard, you're going to win this lawsuit. You're going to win. You should be in a good mood because you got the money coming. You deserve it.
Yeah, who knows what I got coming.
Yeah,
you should see what it costs to sue people. That's why I'm saying, if this guy's my friend, let him come over and admit it like a man and be done with it.
Oh, that's a personal hurt, yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Personal hurt, but you're going to make the money.
All right,
you got it.
It's not even about the money. I mean, it is, but I don't know.
But not suit money.
I would have liked to have gotten the show on the air my own way.
Yeah.
Chauncey, you're on the air.
Hey, Howard, I don't mean to make your morning any worse than it is, but I'm watching the Man Show last night, and wherever it lands, you got to do something sexual.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I mean, people just pick and choose from the show, and I never sue over it, but this time I had to. I mean, it was a direct rip, and it cost me a lot of money.
But, I have a question. And
I heard they used the hidden scale, too, but... Hello?
Hey, Howard?
Yeah, on the Man Show.
Oh, hold on a second. Something weird going on here. Hold on. None of the phones hang up. Hello? Yeah. Yes.
I'm still here.
Go ahead.
I have a question, and I totally agree with you. I think what Scott did was horrible, but here's my question. When you play a game like a knockoff of, like, what's that Regis Philbin who wants to be that millionaire game?
Right.
Isn't it somewhat similar? And I'm just playing the devil's advocate.
No, it's parody. First of all, we don't actually play Millionaire.
And we called it Turkish Millionaire. It was a goof.
We goof on it. We do lots of parody. Saturday Night Live does parody. We all do parody. The point is, I'm not going out and I had finally spun out one of these shows, and these guys lifted the whole show. It's one thing to parody a show on radio and say, hey, let's play Millionaire, but
you don't start to make a living off of doing just that.
Yeah, if I played it every day and just had a radio show called Millionaire, I think they would sue me, and rightly so.
Right.
Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. Look how many guys on the radio do my show every day. I can deal with all of it. I'm rather proud of the fact that I've influenced so many people, but the bottom line is this was completely different. This is just taking a show and lifting it and making a big network deal. What do you think? I wouldn't like to do business with ABC and put it on the network?
But you know what makes it worse? For people in the inner circle kind of know you and knew Scott, the relationship, 'cause I know Scott was a good friend of yours, and I mean the guy loved you. I mean
Yeah. He loved me, but he didn't have any problem picking my pocket. So
that's what makes it so sad.
All right, whatever. I don't even want to talk about it anymore.
All right,
no more talk about it.
All right,
all right. Believe me. And I heard the explanation already. He says, I have to do what I have to do. I have to make a living. And I'm like, well, you were making a living. What good is making a living like that? Screwing your friends over. What is that? Robert, hi.
Hey, good morning, Howard.
Hey.
Listen, I'm a fan of yours, but I'm telling you, 100% of the times you deal with Jews, it's all about the money. Now, what kind of man are you to have your daughter tell you, this is not going to set you back, Daddy? You only got $100 million. You're not going to have $105 million.
Come on, Howard. It's not about the money. It's people's property.
It's about control. You have to control everyone around you, Howard.
No, I don't.
Yeah, come on, Howard. Ask Artie. He's in the business. Don't Jews have to come in to any movie set or anything? Hey, Howard, I like you, but these are facts. You're an honest guy.
Yeah, you grew up the way I grew up, man. I worked for everything I got.
No doubt.
Why don't you come up with an idea and have somebody steal it from you?
Okay, well, why do you take the facts personal? The facts is that Jews are all about the money.
Shut up. Such an ass. He's just trying to get airtime. I know that guy. Just being an ass.
I wish I could understand his point. I just couldn't get it.
The Jews are all about the Jews got enough problems. What the hell's wrong with you?
What Jews are they?
Who knows? Who even knows? He's just trying to be funny. Just being an ass. There were 2 deaths on this day, actually. George Harrison being one, and the career of Scott Einziger, our former executive producer of E!
Is this his last day?
Today's his last day. He's going off to be the producer of a show called The Amazing Race, which is dead fourth in the ratings. It seems like a great career move. Goodbye, old buddy. Good luck. Robin Brzezinski is taking his place.
Is this my send-off?
Yeah, I know you get mad at me when I say this, and I don't understand why.
I'm not mad. I know there's an on-air Howard and an off-air Howard. Right. And the off-air Howard has been very
lied to your
well, maybe, but I'm gonna. Yeah, you know what? I think the on-air Howard is the real Howard.
Oh, I do too. I think you should have learned that by now after all these years.
But
I wish you the best, buddy.
Okay,
I think you will make Amazing Race great.
Okay, it's already a great show.
I know that a lot of people aren't interested in it, but I think once you get on the scene full time, everything's going to change. And buying a house in L.A. makes a lot of sense.
Didn't buy a house.
Rented.
This sounds like the off-air Howard, which is the fake Howard.
No, I know you rented a house. I think that's a great move.
You got to live somewhere. What is he going to do?
Yeah, and once you work on a network show, I believe all the other network shows will want you.
Okay.
I think your thinking is really sound.
I hope you start taking a meeting immediately after you get there.
Thank you.
This has got to be the biggest bonehead move of all time.
It's a flashback to 2 Thursdays ago.
Before people realize what's going on, you better find yourself another job.
People say to me, what's with Scott leaving? I go, it's the biggest bonehead move. Bigger than Jackie.
Oh,
dude, that hurts.
Stop. How can it be bigger than that?
Well, what's he doing? He's going on a show that nobody likes.
Yeah, at least he has another job.
Well, that's true.
A lot of people like the show.
Where?
Oh, in England.
Howard, you've never even seen the show.
No, The Amazing Race. I heard it's good, but like nobody cares.
Yeah, I tried to watch one. I did. I said, all right, another reality show. I taped it. I couldn't sit through the first episode.
Try next Wednesday at 9 o'clock.
We'll all try. We're all pulling for you, buddy.
Thanks.
You could say that for the next 10 hours. There's no one's going to tune in. What are you going to do when it fails? Honestly, do you have a contingency plan?
I'm confident in my abilities. I'll get another gig.
To do what?
I don't know.
What, at E?
No, I'm sure there are other shows out there.
He can substitute teach.
What do you think you're going to do, though? You don't write shows.
I'm a reality producer. It's reality TV.
A reality producer?
I produce reality.
You have one reality show, Amazing Race.
No, what I'm saying is I'll do another.
This is a talk show.
I'll do another reality show.
Oh, and you have to write one. You have to invent one.
Yeah, where are you going to get
Do you have one?
No, not. I'm focusing
you go to work
right now
for
on
someone,
Amazing Race.
Or you're fixing Amazing Race?
No, I'm focusing right now on Amazing Race. I'm not thinking about.
And then after that is canceled, you're going to go focus on another show.
I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm not really looking that far down the line. I'm looking, Well,
you must be rich. You must be independently wealthy.
He's got a lot of scratch.
After he fixes the Amazing Race, what is he going to fix next?
What show are you going to do?
Dude, I don't know. What are you going to do? What are you going to do next?
I'm set.
Okay.
What are you going to do? You're getting married? You want to have kids?
Yeah. So
you had another 4 years locked on this.
There's gonna be other shows. I'm confident.
What other show will there be?
I'm sure the television business, or if I come up with some brilliant idea.
You don't do anything different than I could do. What do you sit and watch videotape and edit it? You're making a mistake. Okay. If I tell you it's a mistake, it's a mistake.
George Harrison.
John, am I right? I know. You could do the Diary of Pink.
Howard, can I ask you a question? Is he walking away from a lot of money here? See, I wouldn't know. See,
yes. Yes, he is.
So this is like another Jackie?
Do you think this is a lateral move? Is he going to the same money, or is he taking a pay cut?
No, I think he's going to do fine on Amazing Race, but it's going to last a year.
Is he taking a pay cut?
I would never make that kind of business decision. And we're talking about cable versus network, Robin. I don't have to walk people through that combination.
No. With all his combined functions here, no, he's not making more money there.
All right.
No.
All right. Really? I'm not going to get into the money. Really? I laugh at that comment.
Okay, whatever. Between the CBS show that you were making...
There's no CBS.
Okay, there's no CBS show now, but between the CBS show and E, where were you making more money?
It's still a good business decision.
Okay, where were you making more money?
It's still a good business.
Oh, because he thinks he owns The Amazing Race. The Amazing Race is going off the air. Here's what guaranteed. The Amazing Race is another year.
If you own
I talked to Scott about his money. If the show gets picked up a few more times, you'll make a lot more money.
Yeah, of course. But it's not going to.
No.
Anyone would.
I mean, Scott, listen. Everyone's got to do what they got to do, but you realize that the reality, TV is like dying here, right?
Wow.
You guys, you can continue.
By the way, he says now he's a reality TV producer. They just started the reality TV genre a couple of years ago, 3 years ago. So how did you become a reality TV producer?
Your show. I've been doing it for 8 years.
My show's a talk show. It's no different than the Tonight Show. That's not reality TV. What reality is there?
There's behind the scene moments. This is not scripted. It's reality.
We all race around the world.
I know.
That's reality right there. I'll give you that.
That's been my job for 8 years, making sure Scott Space captures that beauty on camera.
You can't plan.
So Scott feels he's grown here as much as he can grow.
He's hit a ceiling.
There's no ceiling to hit.
It's not too late, right?
It's a guaranteed job. Oh, it's too late. Robin Radzinski's the person replacing him. He's replaced.
And I'm very happy for her. She's going to do a great job.
Not only is she going to do a great job, she's already told me
a better job.
She's told me some ideas of hers. I wish that we could have instituted these a while ago.
A new energy to the show. Right. Actually, I'm doing you a favor by leaving.
In a sense, you are, yeah. Thank you. I have no problem with you leaving. I don't know why you think I do.
Maybe Robin will come up with something for you to do when this fails.
Okay. You can work for Robin. I don't care.
Well, Ganji's very happy because only 100 more people have to leave and he can be producer.
This is a hard out for me. FYI.
You know what? Scott's got to get, used to new terms. Like instead of short lists and, vis-a-vis, he's got to, think about unemployment checks.
FYI,
There you go. Well, FYI.
I want to thank you for everything. You've been an excellent boss.
I want to thank you for everything. I love working with you. You're a great guy. I do wish you're the nicest guys I ever worked with.
That's really sweet.
I'm one of the most talented.
Thank you.
Hate to lose you.
Thank you.
I just think it's a bonehead move.
Well, I hope to work with you again in the future.
But Howard, I got a question for you. You said that he says that off the air. You've been very nice about it.
Yeah, I felt bad. I wrote him a note and I lied through the note. I said, hey, I wish you the best. But I didn't lie. I said I wish him the best, and I do.
Here's the thing: the notes.
I hope Amazing Race is number one.
I know he thinks I'm making a stupid decision professionally. The notes were about more of our friendship and the support that we have.
He's one of my best friends.
Yeah, but so you did. Okay.
No, he didn't say in the note. No, I think you're making a good move. No,
I didn't.
No. So I think the honesty. I'm hoping the honesty was related to our relationship, but there was no.
Absolutely.
I know he thinks I'm making a stupid decision.
Yeah, I do, but I wish you the best in your stupid decision. It's a stupid decision.
Oh dear.
Was he making at least $200,000 here?
I don't know what he makes,
argument.
but I would say yes.
It's cable TV, dude. Go do the research. He's got the patients had a heart attack.
No, I think he had a whole bunch of jobs that he's not talking about. Go ahead, Gary.
No, I was just going to talk to you about some ratings when you guys are done with this.
Amazing Race?
Yeah, no. Friends and Survivor.
What'd you get?
You know what? Survivor's really closing the gap on Friends, man. I know Friends was a repeat last night.
A reality show.
So was Survivor.
Yeah, but that's the best reality show.
But it's a reality show.
Survivor did, for the first half hour, Survivor did an 11-2 and Friends did a 13-6.
But Friends was a repeat.
Yeah, but so was
I turned it off.
So was Survivor.
Yeah, but it was still more original. It was original footage.
I guess so, but, it's getting closer, and then CBS wins a night.
But I hope CBS wins a night.
What do you think about his move, Gary?
Seriously, what do you think about Scott's move? Be honest.
You know what? Scott and I have had long conversations about where he sees himself in the future. And
where?
I think he sees himself, working in the network world. And
so do I. But where am I going to get a job? I don't do anything different than he does.
This works for him.
Doing what? Amazing Race? It's not going to last more than a year.
It doesn't matter. Because he'll have worked on a network show and they won't blame him.
So what?
They won't blame him if
Oh, no. His resume is going to read.
No, because he didn't create that show, and you know what I mean? He didn't create the show.
And then he's got to go create a show to get another network job. You don't just get network jobs.
What's wrong with that?
But you don't have a show. I've worked with you for 8 years. You haven't come up with a show.
Let's see. If I have a show one day, if I've done a network show...
One day. Come up with one.
Okay.
Oh, it's going to come to him once he gets to the...
Once he gets to L.A., the show will come to him.
Here's the deal.
It's dumb.
He's walking in the door of a network.
No, what's dumb about it?
Have you ever pitched a network show?
I have taken meetings with networks and pitched, yes, two different shows.
And did the two shows get on the air?
One got passed on, one is still in play.
Okay. He's pitched 2 shows, probably just one. No one picked him up. He thinks he's going to get out to L.A. Now people are going to start picking up his shows. I've sold shows to networks. It's tremendous, tremendous luck.
Absolutely. The planets have to be in alignment.
And also you got to be really, really good at creating shows.
So what's wrong with the game plan of working in a network environment, learning the politics,
because here's what
navigating through those sharky waters?
You get into a network show. You're no better off when you go to a network executive and say, I worked on Amazing Race.
But I'm better off than being beyond just a cable TV credit.
Not at all. In fact, you're an unknown quantity when you're on cable. So you're one of these young guys who's just got a good idea. Now you've worked on a loser network show. They don't care that you've been the editor on Amazing Race.
But Howard, it's about new relationships with other people.
Okay.
Howard, let me ask you a question.
Good. Have a good relationship with a bunch of losers.
I haven't had a discussion with Scott. Scott and I never talk about money.
Yeah.
But
I don't care about money. In a year, it's all gone.
But if I know him... Can
I just tell you something? No, let me make a point to him.
It's not going any...
When you go into a network executive's office and he says, what are you working on now? And you say, well, I did Amazing Race a year ago. They don't want to talk to you. You got to have a job. It's all smoke and mirrors, my friend.
So while I'm in
Amazing Race... It ain't the Harry Potter story.
While I'm in Amazing Race, my agent will be thinking about...
Your agent is going to forget about you.
No, he's not.
Okay.
No, he's not.
Okay.
Is that Jackie's agent, too?
No.
Here's my question, Howard.
Your agent's going to forget about you, dude, because you don't have work.
I'm working. He just placed me on a network show. How is that not work?
He placed you on a network show that's desperate.
And the network's the agency's package shows.
Okay, whatever.
Packaging business.
All right. Well, you're guaranteed work.
Your agent packages shows as well.
No, he doesn't.
Well, sure, Son of the Beach is a package.
Son of the Beach was my show with Tim Stack. We didn't package anything. We didn't package people into it.
Tim is not a client of your agent's.
He is now, but not when we started doing the show.
Yeah, but...
You're wrong. We don't package. We didn't get any Don Buchwald clients on Son of the Beach. Package.
He's one of those guys who says, I'm going to Brad Pitt's agency because, they make a lot a movies.
No, it didn't work like that.
With Brad Pitt.
Yeah, not you.
If Scott was making as much in 1 year as he was going to make here in the next 4 years, is it still a dumb move?
Yes.
Okay.
Because you need a job to pitch shows. You've got to have a credit.
Hey, you know, Artie was a network guy, and they're knocking down his door now for jobs.
Yeah, I mean, really, where's the logic? On camera, I see. It's different. Okay.
You know, I'm never going to convince you. So let's just
You'll
put it to
go
rest.
out there and you'll show us.
Show us.
Yes, I'm going to prove it to you.
And I wish you the best. You're my friend.
Now, is the agency a big, powerful agency?
Yes, very big. I'm not going to
Forget it. They won't even
to represent
remember you.
Scott and Paulie Shaw. Hey, Scott, let me ask you something. What kind of show do you see yourself? You know, what is your, you know...
What's your show?
Yeah, you know... What do you see yourself doing in the future? Like, what kind of show?
Nothing. He has no clue.
The Stuttering John Show.
The Charles Nelson Riley Show.
No, is there...
He's going to do a show with that...
Seriously, listen.
Well, who's that white guy who pretends to be black?
Oh, Colt 45.
Colt 45 show.
That never got released.
Is it a sitcom or a game show?
No, listen, I don't do scripted shows. I do reality shows. So
hey, can I tell you something? You got a lot to look forward to. You know Jackie's in the best shape of his life? Yeah. Okay, there you go.
But I'm not a joke writer. That's not my gig.
Neither is it. It's not his gig either.
Apples and oranges.
I can run a 5-minute mile.
I did it here. I can do it anywhere. Okay.
And this I don't know if this had nothing to do with the decision of your girlfriend at all.
Of course it does.
You know what?
She wants to get back to L.A. Her family is there.
They're not in L.A. They're in.
You know who wears the pants?
Because I hear
that's not true.
Is it because, you know, necklaces like sell better in L.A.?
Yeah, that business is paying off. Paying off
very well.
I know. Yeah, they're making a fortune.
Thank God she might have something going on.
Yeah.
They should be close to Mark McGrath.
If I fail, she has him to go back.
Not really.
Do you think she would do that, Howard?
What?
Do you think if Scott, like, you know, honestly, like, you know, started being unemployed, do you think his girlfriend would leave him?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Really? You don't think she's supportive?
Absolutely.
If you started being unemployed, do you think your wife would stay with you?
Okay, this is not about me. This is about Scott.
No, what I'm saying.
Dude, you know Maya well.
I know Maya very well.
That with conviction that you think she...
I'll swear on a stack of Bibles she's going to leave.
If I started...
Let me present you another scenario.
If you're not making money, you think Maya's going to stay with you? You're dreaming. Is there anyone in this room that thinks Maya's going to stay?
She lived in a van with me a long time ago.
Okay, keep dreaming.
I didn't think a van was
She told that to you.
Van is code. You know what?
I can tell you this.
Notice he's not in a van.
I've seen it a bunch of times.
What if her jewelry business blows up and she becomes...
I would love for that to happen. I'm tired.
Somebody told me that at Einziger's farewell party, Scott's fiance mentioned Mark McGrath at least 10 times.
Please. That is at least 4 to me.
Really? Yeah, so what I'm saying is that, like, Scott now is an equal to Mark McGrath, but...
He is?
Well,
wait a second.
He's successful.
Who told you she mentioned Mark?
Let me tell you, 5 years from now, Gary's living a charmed life compared to you.
And I'd be happy for Gary.
That's right.
I'm living a charmed life now.
You sure are.
And wait till they have kids.
Oh, you better have a good job. Hey, I wish you luck, though, buddy. I do. You're a good guy.
I'm going to miss you, too. I hope we still, you know, hang out and stuff.
Yeah, probably not.
He's successful, yeah.
We could meet for dinner in, like, somewhere in, like, the Midwest.
Yeah, sure. We'll hang out. You live in L.A. I live here.
Well, because he'll be so powerful and big, he'll be on this coast all the time.
It's true. I see Jackie a lot.
I always felt that if I left the show, you know, if the first thing you would do would be, like, change your phone number. Like, of course. We wouldn't hang around, right?
No.
I mean, we
don't hang around now.
Yeah.
At least Scott I hung around with when he worked with us. Listen, unemployed guys depress me. I can hang around with Scott.
That's why I said, if he's successful, you'll see him.
Yeah.
So if you're in L.A., we'll have dinner?
No.
Okay.
What for?
You're like Maya. You're not going to live with him in a van.
See, this is the on-the-air Howard.
No, he's going to have dinner with Mark McGrath.
Okay, we'll see.
Do you worry at all, Scott, in all honesty, without lying, do you worry at all, if you don't happen to get a job quickly, do you worry that your fiancé will leave you?
No, I'm not worried.
No, she's in love with him.
I'm not worried.
Where are you going to park the van so we can come over?
Maya's a beautiful girl who expects Scott to make a living. And that's my assessment. It's not a put down on Maya, but she wants a guy.
See, I always felt, and this is not dissing Maya, I always felt that part of the attraction of being with Scott was because he is like a successful producer.
Oh, yeah. Trust me. That's exactly it.
That's part of it.
She decided to...
She likes the security of having a guy working for her.
I still think she thinks he's a successful producer. We'll find out in a year whether he's...
when he's...
Well, we all know that. I mean,
here's the everyone who listens in Los Angeles.
You would like me to fail, and
so I can prove it to you.
You would like me to see Maya leave me.
He would love to see how the experiment.
I would.
Yes,
I would.
It's like a human experiment. I'm a rat.
Everyone in Hollywood.
The true Hollywood story.
After Scott loses his job, don't hire him.
No.
And we'll see what happens. We'll see if Maya stays with him.
Maya might as well get a big piece of cheese and get a maze.
You know what? Here's your show. You put cameras on me for the next 6 months.
Now you're producing. See?
We all know, Howard. I mean, and Scott, I'm sure you could agree with me, like off the air. Amazing Race it's not going to last a long time.
I hope you know that.
How do you know that?
Because it's fourth in the ratings?
Not going to make it a great show.
I mean, it didn't even do well like this time around, and this is when the reality shows are hot.
They care about the demo, and it attracts a younger demo for CBS, which is important.
Okay. All right. Anyway, Scott, I want to say something sincere. Forget it. No, you're my good friend.
Same here.
And it was a pleasure working with you. I know this is your last day. I wish you the best of luck.
Appreciate that.
I think while I've voiced my concerns about your career, it's only out of friendship that I say it.
I appreciate your thoughts.
Yeah. Good luck. Here's a song.
Here's Sugar Ray.
I hope, you know what? It's great for Maya to move to the West Coast. There's a whole bunch of new people who don't know she dated Mark McGrath. You can tell. We've all heard this story 9 million times.
You know what? I wasn't in on that joke. Is that what happened?
Yeah.
She dated Mark McGrath.
Yeah.
Well, wait till she gets to know you. She'll tell you everything.
You're late to the party.
This is how the story starts. I'm going to tell you something, but don't tell anyone. Because Scott gets upset.
No. I hope they don't play any Mark McGrath songs at this party tonight, because I don't want Scott to be upset.
And then, of course, everyone goes, well, why would he be upset? And they go, I dated Mark.
I used to bang him.
Right.
All I know is, Artie, I had a party at my house in the summer. A Mark McGrath song came on. She turned it off, and Robin Quivers somehow got wind that one of my neighbors, who doesn't even know who anybody is, goes, hey, is that girl over there? She used to date Mark McGrath.
I once got into a conversation with Maya about Mark McGrath's penis size.
What'd she say?
I swear. Scott, you were there.
Oh, my goodness.
That laugh of his.
John is just like
I would kill my wife if she started talking about her ex-boyfriend's penises.
Yeah.
Especially if you happen to be a rock.
Was it complimentary or not?
It was complimentary. Scott apparently is hung a lot,
better.
Yeah, you're better than Mark.
She said Mark hurt. That's regular size.
Yeah, Scott doesn't hurt.
Although I think he was better at oral, though.
Well, we're running out of time, and I wish you the best.
Scott, I will miss you.
Yeah, I will miss you too, Scott.
Very much.
I'm going to miss you a lot. You're a great guy.
Robin, I miss you.
Last day, I'll miss you too.
I love Scott Einziger.
I am going to miss Scott. I mean, he's like
New York. He's a fun guy. I love personally hanging out with Scott. He's one of my best friends. Yeah. New York's loss is L.A.'s gain. Scott Einziger, may you rest in peace.
Here
he comes, everyone.
Better get that party started.
Yeah, and by the way, all the TV shows out there, here's your guy. He's coming.
Just like Steve Grillo left to go to L.A.
Maybe there's a good
analogy. Good idea.
Don't you have to do the news?
Don't you have to race Jackie to the unemployment line?
Hey, Howard, do you know they're roasting Scott at E today?
Are they really?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
I hope they take
I didn't know that.
I guess you do now.
Oh, my goodness.
I might show up for that.
And it's time for the news.
Go ahead, Robin. And it's also very late in the show, so let Robin do some news.
One of the things that happens when a person dies, Scott, you don't have anything to sell, but George Harrison did. And they already say that over in Liverpool at the Beatles store, the Beatles shop in Liverpool, people have been coming in, and there's been a brisk business selling Harrison and Beatles music and collectibles today, number 13.
Really? Brisk business? Hey, you know who could sell that stuff?
Stephen Bailey.
Maya.
Jesus. At a flea market.
Okay. Who is this, Stephen Bailey?
Yeah.
Okay, Stephen Bailey going to talk about business.
We've already had people coming in asking for George albums who I've never seen until today. Yes, it will happen.
Weirdos who collect stuff when someone dies.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
I think it's because it helps you remember somebody. I think everybody thinks it's going to be worth something at some point. That's why they run and buy it up real quick. Of course, the war in Afghanistan continues. They're bombing the last Taliban stronghold, but Mullah Omar has exhorted everyone that this is their opportunity to become martyrs.
Wow.
So,
sounds great.
They don't sound like they're giving up.
Yeah.
Here's a job Scott Einziger could get. Martyr.
Job openings, martyr.
After Amazing Race, he became a martyr.
So they look like they're going to go down.
Let me introduce to you now our April Fool's joke. Marilyn Michaels, who's a world-famous impressionist. She did one of her impressions the other day, and...
On who?
Well, I'll reveal that Because I don't think he even realizes that it was Marilyn.
You mean it's still not been revealed that someone had a joke played on?
Yeah, for April Fools. Oh, hey, Marilyn. How you doing? Wow, I never realized how big your breasts were.
Oh, hey, yes, thank you.
Good for you.
When
did that happen?
After I was 20 years old in Flatchester, I started to just blossom, and it was so wonderful after that.
I know who you're doing.
Who am I doing?
That was Carol Channing.
And she did Hello, Dolly, standing.
Wow.
The whole thing. It was amazing.
So Marilyn does impressions and stuff? Wow, she just got excited, too.
Wow.
I must turn you on. You wearing a bra?
Hey, yes, I am.
Are you really?
I have to. Big.
Are those, did you have implants?
Big. No.
Wow, they're beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Really? I never knew Marilyn Michaels had such big ones.
I feel so great this morning. I should have come here earlier.
Do an impression of Carol Channing topless.
Yeah.
No. Topless.
Oh, you mean she has to really get topless?
Yeah.
Impression can't be.
Like, what if Carol Channing was in Hello, Dolly topless?
Well, yes.
We'll throw situations at you and you do it.
I think they're all going to be topless now.
You do Hello, Nipples instead of Hello, Dolly.
Hello, nipples. Yes, hello.
Who else do you do? Do some people in the city one, and then we're going to play your phony phone call that you made.
I wanted to call Allison.
That's Dr. Ruth.
And I wanted to discuss with her because I know she always says, everything is all right. She doesn't even agree with you on most things. But
That's good.
I wanted to
Very
find
nice.
out about the sex.
Can you do her topless? All right, here's the scenario. Dr. Ruth, topless, giving advice to a married couple.
To a married couple.
I can't get over her breasts.
Well, that's
beautiful. Are you a D cup?
No.
You're not a D?
Yeah, God, like I wish. It's like too much.
Who's that, Alicia Silverstone from Clueless?
I guess so. She's like so dumb and shallow. Okay.
What are you, a C cup?
Yeah, kind of.
Wow, beautiful. Robin, look at those.
No one ever talks about my breasts.
Well, you're married, right?
They will. I really did.
Are you married?
Of course I'm married. You know that I'm married to a surgeon.
Really?
Colon and rectal surgeon.
A colon and rectal? Wait a second.
Oh, no, I don't know.
Robin might want to talk to him.
No.
He'll be colon is a clean
How was your colonic?
Very good.
What came out?
I don't know.
She goes, what does your husband think of these colonics? Can't they blow high colonic?
I discussed it.
Can't they blow out the colonic wall?
No, they can't.
Did you hear about Princess Di? I mean, that's what she does.
Oh, this is Barbara Streisand. Go ahead. Go ahead.
You're really good at this.
Sorry, we took the topic off of Marilyn for a second. We'll find out about your high colonic later.
David Letterman was very good at that. David, what do you think? Oh, man, he changes the subject totally.
All right. Well, that's very good. Very good. I can see why you get paid a lot of money to do impressions.
I'm telling you.
Who else do you do? Give me one more, and then I got...
I don't know. I was trying Fran, but it's not my
Fran? Yeah, you're getting that one.
I know.
You got to work on that one.
Yeah,
that one you got to work on. Go back to Barbara Streisand.
Oh, it's terrific. Why not?
Marilyn Michaels will be the first annual Mother's Day event at the Sylvia and Danny Kaye Playhouse. Yeah. What do you do, like a whole act of impressions and stuff?
Yeah, and my son is going to be on that with me. He's 12 years old. And
is he an impressionist?
He does impression. Yeah, isn't that one?
Why would you put your 12-year-old in it?
Because he's talented.
Yeah, but you don't want his son.
I don't want to do it. I want him to be a doctor like his father. Like his father. But, for
show business people.
For show business.
She's the Kathy Lee of female impressionists.
Oh, please.
You're Kathy Lee.
I would tell you, Barbara Streisand has always hated my impression. She said, I don't cross my eyes. I don't do that. I don't dress like that.
No, you sound just like her.
I know. So she hated it until I did it with Kathy Lee. And when I did it with Kathy Lee, she wrote a note to Kathy Lee, not to me.
Right. You did all the work.
Yeah, I'm doing it for 30 years, right?
Right.
She writes a note to Kathy Lee saying, oh, I love the impression. It was so wonderful.
You know what's funny about impressionists? You can never tell, like, when they're being themselves.
I know.
Or they're doing...
Who is the real Marilyn?
I don't know. Marilyn, what do you sound like? What do you sound like?
This is tough because I have a tendency to hide behind these characters.
Dude, tell me about it. Tell me about it. You have a real problem.
These breasts.
What do you do at home? Do you do this at home?
Like when you talk to your kid and you walk around as Carol Channing and stuff?
He's so cute. That's why he's picking up all these.
When he was little, he said, Mommy, do the little person like that, do that all the time.
Yeah.
So he does it now. He does John Lovitz. I can't do a lot of the
Can your son really do impressions?
He can, yeah.
You should have brought him in. I would have checked it out.
I'll do it.
Somebody can't share the spotlight with him?
I promise.
Yeah. Do me a favor. Do an impression, if you can. I'm going to throw something ad lib at you. Mm-hmm. Sing The Way We Were while holding your brow over your head. All right, I'll tell you what.
Here's what we did. Marilyn did us a favor for April Fools.
One other thing I always thought was wacky about Marilyn, she married a guy who wrote her a letter, right?
Yeah, a fan letter.
A fan.
A fan letter.
Yeah, why not?
Saw me in Playboy.
You were in Playboy?
You did a spread?
Hello. I
Lily
did a
Tomlin.
little spread.
Did you?
Playboy magazine. It wasn't the kind of thing that you think. It wasn't like, with your crotch in the hole. It wasn't like that at all.
Topless?
No, well, not really. It was just like a little bit, like.
Could you see nippage?
Nippleage.
Can you see nippleage?
I did Julie Andrews. Ooh, yes. And I had these little.
Do people get exhausted when you're in the room? I mean, it's really.
Because you can't.
Yeah, right, Jackie, you tired?
Ow. They had little suspenders. I wouldn't do it. I said, they're going to see my breasts, and people will.
You
hold
wore
them.
suspenders over your
I wore
nipples?
suspenders, and they had these two midgets, and they threw flowers at me.
Are you serious?
And Hugh Hefner built a stage. He
What
built
month was this? What year?
This was, I don't want to say. It was
Like 100 years ago?
It was like a while ago.
April of 1954.
Magazine was in black and white, I guess.
Just before I met my husband.
All right, Marilyn
He brought
Michaels.
me the fan letter.
We got Marilyn Michaels to do an impression,
And Elizabeth Taylor.
and she called someone from our staff.
God, my hips are wrong.
That's beautiful.
I know it. Howard, I have one here and one here. God, I'm not in balance. It's all messed up.
That's Elizabeth Taylor.
Yes, I know. I'm a star, Howard. You never have me on the
Or is that
show.
Betty White? Marilyn to come in. She did a good impression of Katharine Hepburn during the commercials.
Thank
Yes,
you.
she did.
She is wonderful. I loved it. She's just great, hanging in there and everything. Spencer always liked it.
I'm surprised you don't do cartoons and stuff.
No cartoons.
No?
My kid does the cartoons.
What do you mean? He actually works in cartoons?
No, he does Bugs
No,
Bunny.
I mean,
He does
how
the
come you don't,
voices.
why don't you just...
You mean doing looping and stuff
Yeah.
like that? Oh, yeah, sure.
Oh, you do that?
I do a lot of commercials.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, sure.
Huh. I don't know.
Sure, of course.
That's how you make your money, right?
That's it, darling. Of course, darling, what do you expect? I can't take my eyes off of Jackie's fingers.
That's Zsa Zsa Gabor.
Unbelievable.
All right, never mind. Stop getting schizophrenic on
So
me.
weird.
Are you wildly rich, or are you just...
I'm very comfortable.
Really? Between you and your husband?
Oh, what a tax bracket. Mm.
Does your husband get to make love to all these different characters?
He does. Isn't that wonderful?
Wow.
See, he's
yeah, that's
never
great.
bored.
Your wife breaks into character voices during sex.
Never bored.
All right,
Never bored.
let's try this out. So here's what happened. Scott Einziger. See, I don't think Scott Einziger realizes we did this to him.
I wish we could ask him if he knew.
He knows it was a joke, because eventually, but he doesn't know that it was Marilyn Michaels.
He really believes that whoever you had calling him called him. Who'd you have calling?
All right, here's what happened. Scott Einziger is the producer of our E! Television show, okay? And you know how he thinks he's so scary talented and everything?
And that he's
How you
going to
doing?
be discovered one day?
Scott, how you doing? Did you know this was Marilyn Michaels? No, did you know that she did a scam on you?
Yes.
You knew
How
it.
did you know?
I mean, you knew it at the end.
You didn't know it right away.
I knew it was a scam partly through, but I wanted to see where it was going.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Oh, yes.
You didn't know anything.
Right. You didn't know.
You have nothing else to do.
All right, here's what happened.
Listen to this voice. Wait.
Scott Einziger is the... What are you on my show, on my E! show?
He's adorable.
Executive producer.
Executive producer, okay. So he thinks he's like a hot shot and stuff because he got an offer to do wrestling or something.
He was lured away.
Like a wrestling show. So like I said to E, why don't you get Scott back? You know he's great for the show. What are you doing? So they hired him back and everything. And ever since then, I think he's waiting for like his big break or something.
Right. The movies are called.
So we sent Marilyn Michaels into the production studio. She called as Joan Rivers.
They smuggled me in.
Yeah, she does a real good Joan Rivers. And she called up and she said, I think you're great. I think you're wonderful. And basically, she tried to hire him away for a new show that Melissa's doing.
Let's hear what Scott had to say.
Yeah, I just want to see I wanted to see if he jumped at it and stuff.
Right.
But what was good about it is she was complimenting him and and all that kind of stuff. And then she wanted to hire him away for a new show to compete with Letterman and Leno, starring her daughter Melissa, because Melissa's going to kick Leno's ass. Admit you got a little excited. Here it is. You decide for yourself.
I got to hear this.
Marilyn Michaels doing Joan Rivers, trying to seduce Scott Einziger.
This is Scott.
Hello, Scott. Darling, it's Joan. How are you, dear?
Good, how are you?
Good. Could we talk a second? You got a moment?
Sure.
Can you believe the snow here? Merry Christmas.
What can I do for you?
Listen, I'm sitting here and looking at the tape of the show. Last show I did, I looked so good. I don't know, the way you light me, I look terrific.
Beautiful.
Dorothy, I usually have to send Dorothy and check lighting.
I know how to shoot you.
I'm telling you, I look gorgeous. You know what I mean?
You know what I like about this? You played her very subtly.
Yeah.
You didn't, right? You thought it was Joan.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, Gary told me that Joan Rivers was on the phone.
Right.
Okay, so I figured, all right, Gary is giving me the phone call. All right, we do business with Joan Rivers.
Right.
John Ryber, my boss, worked with Joan.
Yeah, but Marilyn didn't go, hello.
No,
if she did that, it would have.
If I had done it really broad, he wouldn't
have been full.
And that's like, I mean, she did hook me in because that's the thing with Joan. You have to shoot her a certain way, and that's important.
Joan Rivers makes a whole big point that she has to be shot a certain way.
In fact, she usually comes in here in dark glasses.
Because she doesn't believe that we can shoot her properly. Look at the size of her sunglasses.
I know.
Why do you think you're not going to look good on TV?
Howard, I don't even know where your cameras are.
Take off your sunglasses.
I'm not taking off my sunglasses.
What do you think? You're going to look bad?
I'm going to blow my career for your camera.
Why? You think you're going to look old? Dorothy, what is the point of Joan wearing a big giant sunglasses?
Because I see how close those cameras come.
Yeah. And what do you think's going to happen?
No one should be photographed that closely.
Well, why doesn't Joan just put a sack over her head when she walks in? Why should we see her face? Why show your nose or mouth?
That's what Edgar used to do.
All right. So let's
that was
continue.
A good hook.
Okay.
That was a good hook.
And with your budget you have, I don't know how the hell you do it, but you capture Howard, you capture me, terrific. You edit it? Do you edit the shows too?
Yeah, I mean, we didn't have to take much out from yours because we were able to sort of squeeze it all in. But yeah, I mean, we do have to do editing, sure.
You know something? You remind me of, you know Peter LaSalle? You know who he is?
I know of him from seeing him on TV.
Yeah, he was such a, before that bastard Johnny Carson got hold of him, he was such a doll. He's a sweetheart. He's a really, anyway, listen, let me get to the point. This is why I called.
Yeah.
Did you ever see Melissa on TV?
I've seen her on E, certainly, yeah.
Well, okay, she looks terrible. I mean, she just looks everything. They don't shoot her right. They're not professional, you know what I mean? She's vivacious. She is talented. She is so terrific. So we're doing a pilot, darling, you know? Marty Richards.
Well, I know of Marty through the situation with Stuttering John.
Scott's all excited. He's getting a big job offer. But wait to hear his job offer. It's for like it's a lame show,
Okay.
It's the Melissa Rivers show late night. But you tell the truth, man. You haven't had a job offer, man, and this except for the wrestling thing.
This excited you.
Tell the truth.
I wanted to see where the phone call was going to go.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, yeah, you didn't know.
Scott had the money spent already.
Electrical producers backing a pilot. Look, I would love you to do this. You would be so great for this show. I'm not talking now. I mean, what is your commitment to E and to Howard? I mean, you locked in for a long time.
I work for E. I presently work for E.
Presently.
Yeah, right.
But
Presently.
situations can
Ready to
change.
walk out the door, you little bastard. Oh, man. Oh, man. He's already calling his wife. Honey, look for a bigger house.
He's on roller skates.
Yeah. But it's got to be going through your mind. You're like, hey, this sounds good. Uh-oh, Joan Rivers. I don't know.
You know, I'm still
All right,
on the
you
fence.
listen. You're listening. Yeah, but it didn't take much. Yeah, I presently work for E, but... yeah, Mr. Cash Register.
Well, I'm not talking about now, but, you know, like into the future, we need somebody young and hot, and she is so, I mean, she's really a talented girl. I mean, she's adorable, she's vivacious, and she's so cute. And since she got her breast implants, she is so, nobody knows the difference. I mean, she is adorable, but nobody has tapped into her talent, Scott, and I know that you could do it. Would you be interested in something like this?
I mean, I'd have to think about it and get back with you.
Yes, think. Is this into the future? I want to tell you something. You would have your own production team, except for one, Scott DePace.
Except for Scott. Well, now we had to let him in on it. Yeah. Except for Scott DePace.
When she made the breast comment about...
Then you knew. Well, that's what we wanted to tip it off.
Oh, so you were pretty much...
Yeah, I mean, I was going with it.
All right. See, actually, I think if we really wanted to, I think we could have gotten him to leave the show.
I know. He should have negotiated salary.
Right. What are you looking for? What kind of money are you looking for?
That's reasonable.
That's reasonable. $10 million. That's reasonable.
I would have loved to have heard what he said.
Yeah, I know.
Oh. I can't stand. I'm not happy with his directing. I cannot stand it. 20 shows I've seen. I can't stand it. I do my homework. I don't like the guy. You know what I mean? But if you're very committed to Howard, now I understand it. This is up the road a piece, okay?
Is this really Joan?
Yeah. Well, listen. Do I sound all right?
You dope. Of course it's not Joan. At that point, she's letting you in on it. Is this really Joan?
I'm not sure.
Because he thought he was going to have a big job offer.
I was still being diplomatic.
Yeah, right.
This morning is a little early for me, but I want to tell you, you are my first choice, all right?
Is there a number that I could get back to you at?
We'll talk about this. We'll go on. We'll talk about it, but this is just the beginning. But Scott, I want you to know something. You know, you must be extremely gullible because this is not Joan Rivers. It's frigging Marilyn Michaels. And I'm messing and bleeping with your brain, love.
Yeah, there goes his big hopes and dreams. You've been scammed. Oh, yeah. Make out with him.
Are you going to play? Isn't there more?
What?
There's more, I think, of the phone call.
Yeah. Why? What did you do?
That was it.
What happens next?
I think I was saying, like, why would you go to the trouble to do this to me? Like, what were you trying to get out of me?
No, you didn't say that.
Why? Because we think you're goofy and funny, and we thought that it would be funny to see how loyal you
Can
were.
I tell you then how I knew it was for you? Afterwards?
Afterwards?
Well, yeah, I mean, I saw her here.
You did?
Yeah.
You never told me that.
Come on, how could you
I wasn't sure if he did or he didn't.
After
I
the
wasn't
phone
sure if he
call?
did.
How did you have that happen, Gary? I trusted you.
Howard, I snuck her in here while there was a whole band going on. The on-air light was on, right?
Yeah.
And somebody opened the door. One of our other engineers opened the door when Scott was walking by. But I wasn't sure if he saw her or not.
Oh.
Don't believe it.
But you know what was really
I don't
funny?
believe it.
He wasn't. Scott was like, she said, "This is Marilyn Michaels," but Scott wasn't sure whether she was just goofing on him. He wasn't sure that it was for us at first.
Oh.
And so just Marilyn was just tormenting him.
Good job, Gary. I said to him, the only thing that'll ruin this is if Scott sees Marilyn.
Did you really see me?
Yeah, you had like a scarf wrapped around your head or something. In
That's
the
good.
production room.
He didn't see her in advance.
No, not in advance.
Oh, you mean afterwards?
Afterwards.
Oh, I don't care about that.
Afterwards.
Yeah.
Oh,
What are you, a
God,
dope?
another
Well,
genius
you were
over here.
claiming that I didn't know who was this phone call.
He says a worse story. All these guys. You're not going anywhere. Ellen was so happy with her own performance, she starts complimenting herself.
I know.
Absolutely thrilled.
Yeah, listen to her.
Baba Booey, honey. April Fools. Baba Booey, Baba Booey, Baba Booey to you,
Thank you.
sweetheart.
Very depressed at the end.
What do you think of Melissa?
Why did you call me?
Why not? Who better? Well, what do you think? Would you rather me call as Elizabeth Taylor? You are so gullible. I could do anything with you, baby. I've had the best time of my life. I love you, sweetie.
Well, Marilyn, I want to thank you for doing this.
I had a wonderful.
Scott's like, why do you do this to me?
Yeah, what is he, crazy?
I just wish you would have asked him how much money he wanted.
You could have hooked me in further, I think, if you stuck with the business angle.
The business with the money?
Yeah, well, she probably got sick of you, as we are now.
Yeah.
She probably had enough.
You're a wonderful writer, Howard.
Oh, thank you.
She is so, I mean, she's really a talented girl. I mean, she is adorable, she's vivacious, and she's so cute. And since she got her breast implants, she is so, nobody knows the difference. I didn't want to miss any of those.
Well, I have to compliment Robin and Jackie and Fred, who were all in on it.
That really?
Whose idea was this initially?
Probably.
Nay.
Whose idea was it, guys?
Well, first we had Marilyn, and then we decided, how did Scott become the goofy?
I thought it would be a good idea if we did a phony phone call with Marilyn.
Right.
But I don't know who took
I
it
don't
from
remember who decided it should be Scott.
I think I did.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah? Fred taking a little credit.
But next time I won't come into the studio to do it.
I love you, sweetie.
How'd it go? I missed the whole first half of it. Great.
He bought the whole thing.
What was he saying?
He bought the whole thing. Oh,
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Oh, he was going. I didn't think I could go that long with him. Hi. Oh, I was so nervous. I didn't know, right away he said, is this really Joan Rivers? It took me how much? 5 minutes before he said,
Is this really Joan
is this really Joan Rivers? 5 minutes before he said that.
I want you to run me off of a cassette of it. I'm going to listen to it this weekend. I'll call you and send to you on Sunday night because I'm going away for the cassette.
Very good. Good performance.
I did the line with Scott DePace.
Yeah,
Then he knew it.
Then he knew it.
That was the giveaway. Then he said, is this really Joan Rivers? I said, well, I don't feel too good this morning. But I said, I can't stand him. I looked at 20 shows. I don't like
When
his
you bring
work.
him in? We'll save him for Monday. You're going to bring her back on Monday.
Did you keep it going?
Oh, sure.
When I did the Elizabeth Taylor thing,
Yeah,
I said I could do anything.
Still going.
All right, congratulations, Marilyn.
Angela.
And Scott, sorry you didn't get a job offer. I just thought I'd make your day and give you one.
Seconds.
Thank you, Marilyn.
Good seeing you again.
Bye, my Shayna.
So do you feel satisfied that you...
I do. You are so adorable.
Oh, thank you.
Can you believe you scammed him?
You are so cute.
Can I just say something funny? That's what you said. That's Scott DePace. That's the director. I was the brunt of the
I'm
joke.
not interested in him. You make it.
I'm a married man. I'm
married. This is for television.
Single.
Scott,
He's
is
the one,
it something I said?
He's mad at you.
So cute.
Now you're disappointed? And I'll let you meet him. Are you disappointed that you scammed him?
He's so cute. I want to scam him again and again and again.
We'll have to go to work with you on the new show.
Next time as Elizabeth Taylor.